confidence in your defense here if you're Wasatch, and Jones is going to fill up the zone tonight for them.
Throwing from the left-hand side. Again, your starters today in the fields. Behind the dish will be sophomore Landon Carter, junior Ashton Gurney at third, Chett Wilson at short, Alex Gutierrez at second, Cole Zimmerman at first. Your outfield today, Crew Erickson, Tragun Shaw, and then Max Walker getting the start in right field. Wasatch is the designated home team, even though we're down here at Provo High School, and that's a rarity. I think this is only their second game this year that they have been the home team. Leading off for the Provo Bulldogs will be Alex Martinez, a senior, 381 on the year, 3 doubles, 8 RBIs, and 5 runs scored.
Yeah, one of the names we've heard for a long time, Tyler. The Martinez brothers have been in this lineup for the last 5+ years. This is the younger brother, and he's been good for them. Last year was a starter consistently in the lineup, hitting in the top 4. And that's what Provo will do, is they're going to bring their top 4 hitters, really 1 through 4, maybe 1 through 5, depending on the year. They're going to be really good. And so you don't want to let those top ones beat you, Tyler. And then you got to make sure you don't get free passes to the bottom half of the lineup.
Beau will come set for the first pitch. Again, throwing from the left-hand side and throwing from the stretch. Bounces this one in for ball 1. First pitch action brought to you by Mountain Refined. From design to project completion, our team excels in understanding and implementing your specific lifestyle and taste preferences into your interior design. Come into our showroom in order to find beautiful furniture, flooring, mattresses, bedding, decor, and so much more. Ball 2 here to Martinez. 2-0 the count. Jones will come set. High late kick, delivers. That one's in there for strike 1. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, nice job calmly delivering that ball there, Tyler. I like that Jones goes from the stretch all the time, Tyler. He just means business, keeps it simple, not too elaborate with his motion.
This one's going to be swung on and roped to center field. Good base hit here for Martinez. Ball is elevated up in the zone a little bit. Good discipline hitting for Martinez. Lifted the hands, was able to drive through it. And that's what you'll see out of Provo, Ty. Just simple singles baseball. Now expect something here on the short game from Coach Moore.
Yeah, Ty, he likes to slow the game down. I mean, the new MLB rules would just drive him crazy with how fast you got to get things going there, Tyler. He really likes to slow it down. He'll usually take about 20 or 30 feet of steps up towards the batter, put down his signs, and steps back. He does this between every pitch here and really slows the game down, and he likes to take advantage of that to get the pitcher out of their rhythm.
Jones comes set with the runner on first. Couple of looks. Now goes slide step. That one's in there for strike 1. Nice pitch there from Jones. At the plate will be Keegan Gingras, 381 batting average as well. A couple of doubles, 5 RBIs, 8 runs scored on the year for Gingras.
Ty, you talked about maybe putting some small ball into action, which is certainly on the table here. Coach Moore also, though, has shown a willingness to let his top guys swing it early on.
Ball's going to get away from Carter, and Martinez will advance to second base. And this is how Provo does it, Ty. Just methodically will score 1 run or 2 runs here or there. And run for runner on second.
This is unfortunately already a common theme that you see how it's starting out, Tyler, right? A nice little single, another free bag with a pass ball or maybe a wild pitch. Sometimes errors get in there. And before you know it, Provo's got themselves a nice little lead. See if Jones can come back and get himself a nice ground ball over here to the left side and keep that runner at second base.
Decent lead for Martinez at second base. Nobody out here in the top of the first. That one's too high. 2-1 now the count. Ty, another shout out here to Mountain Refined. They've got a huge flooring sale happening right now. So as you're remodeling, thinking about spring refreshing, I know your parents are looking at some flooring and trying to find some flooring for their upstairs. Stop on in to Mountain Refined. A great deal going on and a lot of sales in their flooring department.
Ty, their local art as well is awesome. If you've not been in to see, they've got some great art selections in there, and a lot of them are local artists with some pretty phenomenal artwork down there at Mountain Refine.
2-1 the count here to Gingras, hitting from the right-hand side. One look, delivers on the slide step. That one's up in the zone again. Moves the count to 3-1. Again, didn't have a walk in 6 innings of work against Woods Cross in that extra inning win that Wasatch had down at Stowe Canyon. Possibly seeing the first walk of the year here with the 3-1 count. Wasatch wearing their all-white Astros uniforms, kind of the throwback Astros look. 3-1 pitch. That one swung on, roped at Gurney. Gurney's going to look back. Martinez throws it across the diamond, throws out Gingras at first base. Another nice play there from the junior. Looking like he's been there before, Ty. Only his second game playing at third base.
Well, you're exactly right, Tyler. He did everything perfect on that. It was just reactionary for Ashton. Caught it, and then immediately looked over at the runner at second base, Tyler, and made him retreat. And that's a key thing to do at third base or shortstop in that ball that goes to the left side with the runner on second, is you can't just look. You've got to make them take a step back to kill their momentum. Ashton did that perfectly, and then threw a confident strike over to first base and got the play that he needed. Ty, that's what I talked about a few moments ago about getting that ground ball to the left side. As a lefty, Jones, that's how you can work your way out of the jams here. He just pounded ground ball after ground ball against Woodcross to the left side, and you can keep that runner frozen at second if you can do that.
It's going to bring up Scott. Kelsenstock is going to come into the box. Only one of two on the year. Ty does have the one hit and one RBI. Struck out in his other at-bat, but hitting in the 3-hole. Oh, excuse me, sorry, this is Campton Fuller. Sorry, my bad. I misread my notes here. Campton Fuller is coming up to the plate. 385 on the year with the double and 6 RBIs. That one's ball one. 10th pitch of the inning here for Jones. Fuller hitting from the left-hand side is a junior. So a couple of seniors to lead it off, and now a junior hitting in the 3 spot. 1-0 the count. Jones has worked from behind most of this early inning, and he's going to fall behind even more. 2-0 the count. Nice job there from Carter, smothering the ball in the dirt. Wins this year for Provo have come at the hands of Hillcrest, Highland, East, Cedar, Hunter, and Weber. To Fuller.
Well, if I'm Wasatch, I'm careful on this pitch here, Tyler. 3-0. You've got a 3-hitter hitting around 400. And you just don't want to serve one up because he may have the green light and can give Provo an early lead. Got an open bag that can set the double play up.
That one's in there for a strike.
Provo's taken all the way on that, though, Tyler. It looks like no green light was on that one. But still, with a bag open and a ground ball pitcher, it's not the worst thing in the world here to maybe have a walk and set up a force at third, second, and first base.
3-1. That one's too high. First walk of the season for Jones. Will put runners on first and second. But now, as you said, a couple of double play opportunities here from third and from second base now. It'll be Isaac Tucker, 222 batting average on the year, 4 RBIs, 2 of 9 with 4 Ks. A lot of new faces on this Provo Bulldogs team.
Not eye-popping numbers for a 4-hitter stepping in there, Tyler. 222, only 2 for 9. Again, with numbers like that, you can't put past a small ball experiment here with Coach Moore. Maybe laying down a bunt, trying to catch Wasatch off guard.
Jones comes in. Looks like that ball was probably inside for ball one. Pretty good on the height, but not over the plate. Ball one. 5 out of the last 6 now have been balls from Jones. 1 away, runners on first and second. No score here in the top of the first. Wasatch playing against Provo High School in the Region 9 opener. Wasatch comes into the game 4-5 on the year. Most recently a loss to Salem Hills. Carter does a pretty good job of trying to get underneath that pitch, but it's too low for ball 2. Wasatch's wins coming in the hands of Hunter, Pineview, Woods Cross, and Cedar Valley.
A little bit better resume here for the Wasps, Tyler, than Provo coming into this one. Yep, Provo's got more wins on the board.
Zimmerman playing in front of the runner at first base, both first or second and shortstop trying to keep the runner at second. Jones takes too long, and there's another timeout from the Provo Bulldogs. Catch any action yesterday on the MLB opening day, Ty?
Just a little bit, Ty. It was my daughter's birthday, so we were spending most of the time celebrating 10th birthday for my daughter. But saw a little bit. It looked like the new rules had some good flow to the game.
I like it, like personally, and I'm a baseball fan, but I like it, and keeps the game going pretty quick. Last year's opening day, I believe the average was 3 hours and 15 minutes, and I believe yesterday went in at 2 hours and 35 or 2 hours and 40 minutes. And the games that did go post 3 hours, 11-10, 12-9, a lot of scoring happening in those games. Another 3-0 count here. That one is in there for strike one. So 3-1 the count.
Jones has been laboring here in this first inning, Tyler. A lot of counts going into the hitter's favor, but all it takes is one good pitch right here, and you're out of the inning. Something down and inside, maybe get a ground ball to the shortstop.
Able to get in another one, so that's going to fill up the count at 3-2. Full count, 1 away, runners on first and second. Top of the first.
So if you're Wasatch, you're expecting some action here, obviously. Not a set deal where the runners have to move, but not a bad pitch to make a move on as well if you're Provo. It's got to be ready for that on your toes.
Jones comes set again, throwing from the left-hand side. Carter comes set at the catcher. The high leg kick, the delivery swung off and fouled off, and will reset with still the count at full.
There you go. Looks like he's settling into a good rhythm now, Tyler. 3 straight strikes coming at him, each one looking a little bit more crisp. That one really a nice spot there from Jones, kind of down and out, tailing away from the hitter. And not a great swing staying on that baseball either, Tyler. Definitely a double play candidate here.
Jones, high leg kick, delivers another payoff, and there's our first Wasatch Physical Therapy strikeout of the game. The swing and the miss brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%.
Going to bring on a courtesy runner here for Martinez, who's going to be the catcher for Provo today, Ty.
He's a familiar foe, Ty. Back even when we coached, you calling pitches, saw Alex Martinez quite often.
Yeah,
seemed to have pretty good success, but he's got some good pop.
He's got some pop, Tyler. He's one of the few on Provo that can put a run on the board with one swing of the bat. They don't have a lot of guys that fit that category, although it is a smaller porch here at Provo High School, and it tempts hitters to try to maybe get a little bit outside of a good controlled swing.
He's going to bring up junior Drew Duchaire, hitting 300 on the year, 6 RBIs, 5 runs scored. Trying to get an RBI in with a duck on the pond at second base for Provo. That one's going to be up in the zone. Ball 1 to the number 5 hitter.
Like something, just a little thing to keep an eye on, Tyler. Chett Wilson, been playing third for the last couple years. He's moved over to short. This is his 3rd straight game, and he's done a good job over there at shortstop, Ty. However, his bouncing back and forth, holding the runner on, is not as smooth with the flow, Tyler, as a guy who's played there consistently. And it's not that it's bad, but a couple pitches ago he was caught over by the runner as Jones was delivering home, leaving a bigger hole over there in the 5-6 hole. Now that could be just pitch by pitch, but something to keep your eye on with runners on. Make sure the pitcher and the shortstop are on the same page to get back into the fielding position.
3 looks this time, delivers, and that one's going to be fouled off towards the Provo dugout, well behind that pitch. 24th pitch of the inning. It's 2-1 count with 2 outs. Wasatch trying to get out of the first. Provo with 1 single and a walk, and that's how they have their 2 base runners on. Turned out to be a pretty nice day, Ty, down here. Still some cloud cover, but you can see a little bit of blue skies down here at Provo High. The 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be fouled off as well. A check swing foul ball that time. Moves down to 2-2.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it driving through the canyon and looking towards Provo Canyon from Heber Valley about an hour ago, Ty. Looked pretty grim coming down here, but it's pretty nice once you get through the canyon and looking west here from Provo High School.
The 2-2. 2 outs. Wasatch trying to get out of it. Runner bounces. Now goes all the way back to the bag. The 2-2 pitch swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to Gutierrez the second. He fields it. Throws it to first. Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. And 2 are left on base. It's 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the first.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU, love where you bank.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is your rehabilitation specialist. let Dan Abbey and his team get you back to 100% from all injuries. 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the first. Ty, take us down the Wasatch batting lineup tonight.
Leading off for the Wasps, it'll be a different look. Alex Gutierrez will be getting the start in the leadoff spot. Tyler, the second baseman for Wasatch, went out in the Snow Canyon tournament with an illness later in that one. Good to see him back and healthy here for Wasatch. Hitting in the 2-hole will be senior Tragun Shaw playing center field, and number 3, Crew Erickson back to the 3 spot playing left field. Chett Wilson down to the 4 spot, and Cole Zimmerman will hit in the 5-hole as a really, really powerful top 5 hitters for Wasatch coming into this one. Really, really high batting averages across the board for those 5. Gage Schiess, the catcher, has maybe been as hot as any of them. DH today for Gage. He's had a great tournament at Snow Canyon. He's hitting in the 6-hole. Ashton Gurney will be hitting 7. Landon Carter hitting 8. And then Max Walker, good to see him back in the lineup, Tyler. He was out with an injury last weekend as well. He's back hitting 9 and playing right field for the Wasps today.
Leading off again will be Alex Gutierrez. 450 on the year, 5 RBI, 7 runs scored for the lefty second baseman. Wasatch is going to go lefty, lefty, righty, and then lefty, lefty. 4 out of the 5 hitters hitting from the left-hand side. That one's too low, ball 1. Gingras on the year, 11 innings pitched, a 3.82 ERA, 1-1 on the year for the hard-throwing senior. 1-0 pitch, waved at, swing and a miss, 1-1. That doesn't happen too often with Alex.
You're right, though, Tyler. Good velocity here from Gingras. Not overpowering, but good velocity.
Gets the inside corner, moves the count to 1-2. Catching today again will be Alex Martinez, 3-year starter there for the Bulldogs. Off-speed pitch, swung on and fouled off, moves count to 1-2. Foul balls brought to you by Tony's Tacos, right?
Yeah,
that's
Alex's foul ball.
That's Alex's stat. 1-2, working quickly outside, but too far outside, hits the spot. 2-2 now the count. See the maturity there from seniors, Thais. Let's see how far outside we can go with the umpire. Too far out there. 2-2. Swung on. This one's lifted to the left side. Foul. And we'll reset.
Well, all 3 of them, Tyler, right? Gutierrez is the senior, very poised, knowing right where that pitch was all the way. Martinez, the catcher, didn't have to move much at all. Had that one set up perfectly, and the umpire didn't call it, and he didn't make a big deal over it. Just caught it and threw it right back. Gingras right back on the mound, going back to work as well. All 3 executing, trying to fill out where the umpire is with his zone.
Pausing the action because we're out of baseballs already. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, that's Alex's thing, right? I mean, he runs you out of baseballs, gives you a chance to talk a little more about those Tony's Tacos, Ty.
2-2. And that one's too far outside again. Fills up the count to full.
Hey, what do you know? Another 7+ pitch at bat for Alex Gutierrez.
Payoff. That's a hard ground ball that's going to get knocked down by the shortstop, but it's not going to be in time. An infield single for Alex Gutierrez, and Wasatch has their leadoff guy on.
Yeah, Alex, he may beat that out even if that ball's fielded cleanly, Tyler. Just slow enough. When I looked up, he was getting down the line in a hurry, easily across first base before that ball got there.
He's going to bring up Tragun Shaw, 310 on the year, a couple of doubles, couple of triples, 7 RBIs, is second on the team in that category. Also has 9 runs scored and 3 stolen bases. Taking a look down at Coach Jacobson. Coach Jacobson likes to put some things on, especially early on in the ball game. Nobody out, runner on first.
Well, and when you got a guy like Tragun at the plate, Tragun can do everything you ask him to. He can bunt, he can get after a first pitch with a hit and run, you can slash and run if you want.
He's going to go with a bunt, but he's going to pull back on the outside fastball. 1-0 the count. Crew Erickson on deck wearing the number 14. Again, Wasatch wearing their all whites for the first time this year. Designated home team. This game was supposed to be played up at Wasatch. Tragun's going to square again. Pickoff move, not in time. Alex able to get back easily. Tragun, a senior this year, committed to play down at Utah State Eastern in Price. Squares this time again. That one, does get the outside corner. Moves count to 1-1. See me get that one right, Ty? Utah State Eastern.
I did. You took your time on that one. You made sure you got it right. In fact, if you look at Tragun's recruiting profile, it still says College of Eastern Utah when you look on there. So you're not the only one, Ty, that has that habit to call that school the College of Eastern Utah. That's of course, its former name. Now goes by Utah State Eastern. Good baseball school down there, Tyler.
2-1 the count. Trying to get back into the box after looking down at Coach Jacobson. Gingras comes set. Pickoff move, second of the at-bat, not in time.
Yeah, you're going to get a steady dose of next-level athletes here from Wasatch, Tyler. Right now, Tragun Shaw, Utah State Eastern. Crew Erickson standing on deck, going to play football at SUU. Chett Wilson in the hole, committed to play at Salt Lake Community College for baseball. And waiting in the wings in the 5 spot is Cole Zimmerman, who's going to go up to Lane Community College, who's having a fantastic start to their season up there with a couple former players in Jackson Bullender, Jackson Kelson. We'll get to that a little later on in this game with our Wasps on campus.
Bunt attempt here, too good. It's going to go foul by about 6 inches. So we'll reset with the 2-2 count and a runner on first. Gutierrez leaning a little bit back towards the bag. Does not go. That ball outside, and we'll have another full count for the second straight at bat.
Pitch count numbers matter, Ty. When you're going to play 3 games in 2 days, as these two schools are planning on, you want to keep pitches down as much as you can.
Strike him out, throw him out here, Ty, for the Provo Bulldogs. Tragun goes for a pitch up in the zone, can't get a hold of it. Alex goes to second, and he slides and doesn't even reach the bag, Ty. A little bit of muddy out there going to second base, and just like that, Wasatch has 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
Let's see what they can do with 2 outs. They've been good with 2 outs over the course of the season. Especially you've got 3 bats in a row that are capable of finding extra bases with 1 swing.
Only Tragun's second strikeout of the year there. Crew Erickson comes in hitting .400, a couple of doubles, a triple, and a bomb. 2 RBIs, 8 runs scored. He's been hitting in the leadoff spot, so not a lot of RBI opportunities for Crew. Swings at the first one, fouls it off, and takes ball 1 in the dirt. 1-1 the count. 1-1 the count. Gingras shakes off the pitch. Now comes out of the windup. That one low, ball 2.
Ty, if memory serves me, is that Tragun's first strikeout on the year?
I have his second strikeout of the year, but I'm trying to remember when the first one was.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
The 2-1, that one is in there for a strike. Very close to the similar pitch, but that's going to move the count to 2-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on base here for Wasatch. Alex Gutierrez led off the inning with a single, but then was thrown out trying to steal second. Couple of shakes this time from Gingras, working out of the windup. The 2-2. Swung on. It's going to be a lazy ground ball at the middle. Shortstop fields it, throws it across the diamond, and I think he pulled off the bag a little early, but the umpire disagrees. And so Wasatch is retired. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 0-0 as we move into the second.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Bag Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Bag Flooring and Paints.
Hi, my name is Jeff Jones with the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. I'm assigned to the Investigations Unit as a school resource officer and detective. Having a strong bond makes it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things like underage drinking and drug use. Here are some tips for creating strong family bonds. Having fun together, spend 15 minutes of one-on-one time each day, eat meals together 5 to 7 times a week. Brought to you by the Caring Community Coalition and Wasatch Behavioral Health.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the second brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. Your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools, and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today, 0-0 as we go into the second.
Yeah, Ty, it took a minute for Jones to get stabilized in the first inning. A lot of 3-ball counts, but he was able to get out of it without any runs coming across the board. See if now he's able to settle into this one here in the second inning. Bottom of the lineup coming up for Provo. You want to attack early on. No free passes. Make them beat you by putting the ball in play.
Yeah, early on. What Coach Moore's kind of known for, in our opinion, Ty, is that top of the lineup was always good. 3, 4, and maybe even to 5 on his good years were just really good ball players. But then he did a great job of producing at the bottom of the lineup with just not the same talent as he had at the top of the lineup. 0-0 the score. Jones still working out of the stretch. That one's going to be too low. Ball 1. Hitting from the left-hand side is the hitter. Did you get a number, Ty? Is this kid?
No, I was just thinking Provo's making this hard on us, Ty. No numbers on the front of their jerseys. They got quite a few lefties themselves, so we're not seeing the numbers until these guys take a turn and walk away from the box.
1-1 the count as that one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Wasatch outfield playing a little bit more shallow than they did down in the Snow Canyon tournament. The 1-1, that one swung on and missed. Hitter is Milo Rainier. That's a common name. Older brother, one of the best players that we coached against.
That's the Provo name, isn't it? Rainier, Tyler, they just keep coming.
200 on the year, 3 RBIs. Has walked 7 times, but now finds himself down 1-2. 30th pitch of the game. Check swing, and I think he went, Ty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an easy call there for strike 3. Lance is asking, how do you know down the first base side, which I don't think.
It's not a bad
That's
argument.
not a bad argument,
Tyler, but I'm surprised the home plate umpire even checked it.
Right.
It was a pretty obvious swing there. But it is harder. It's easier said than done. Let me say it that way. That umpire's got to keep his eye on the ball, and on a ball in the dirt like that especially, your eyes are hunting that, and they're not looking at the hitter when they're swinging, so you do want to ask for some help even if it's obvious. It's obvious there to the first base umpire.
Second strikeout of the game for Beau Jones, again brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy. It's going to bring up a sophomore, 0 for 9 on the year, not 0 for anymore. He's going to swing at the first pitch, and this one's going to be laced to the left center field gap, and he's in for a double. Nice swing there from the sophomore. Came into today 0 for 9, but he gets a fastball up in the zone, got the hands through it, and laces it for a double.
Yeah, the other thing, you and I we've been impressed with what Provo gets out of their teams over the years, Tyler. And the other thing that happens sometimes at the bottom of the Provo lineup is youth, right? Not necessarily poor players, but players that don't have a lot of experience. And at bats like that one that you just saw are young players who want to jump on it early. They're young. They know we got to go after a good early fastball, and so they can come at you and jump at you early on with that.
0-0 the score, but another duck on the pond here for the Bulldogs. Lamb up to the plate. He's going to swing at the first pitch as well. Elevated to shallow right center field. Tragun Shaw's going to come up and make the grab, and the runner will have to stay at second base.
Yeah, Lamb, that pitcher that we're probably going to see at some point in this series. He's the guy that got Wasatch last year, Tyler. Got to know him a little bit on the golf course this year. He plays on Provo's golf team, and I help coach Wasatch's golf team as well. Get a little more chance to have conversations with those kids in the golf tournament. And he's a crack up, Tyler. Fun kid to be around. Pretty competitive.
Going to bring up a freshman, Garrig Orchard, hitting 200 on the year, 3 for 15, 6 RBIs though, and he's got an RBI opportunity here with 2 outs. 3 looks from Jones. Jones picks off, and he's going to throw it into center field, but I think the batter had called time, so no pickoff move, and the runner will stay at second base. Give a little bit of an update on some other sports as we go throughout the game. Ty, the lacrosse team is now 3-2. Had a tough loss against Brighton High School. They
tough one tonight.
Played Park City tonight, and then they're off for spring break. Pitched high, so that'll move the count to 1-0. Cole Lentai, the leading scorer for the Wasps with 9 goals, and Ethan Erker, the leading points getter, has 10 assists and 7 goals for 17 points. And that's amazing, Ty, because he hasn't had a point the last 2 games for Wasatch, so he was rolling to start off the year. Some pretty good game planning from the last 2 teams.
Yeah, especially Bear River and those Bonneville games. Ethan was unstoppable.
2-0 now the count. Again, 2 outs with a runner on second base. Second inning in a row for Provo with a runner on second. Wasatch trying to get out of it.
Top of the lineup waiting in the wings, Tyler. This is a big out right here for Wasatch. You don't want to get back to Martinez. He's the most threatening bat here in the Provo lineup. Bringing him up with a runner on first and second would be less than ideal.
And to be honest, Ty, you knowing Coach Moore, he's probably giving the take sign until your number 9 hitter gets a strike.
Absolutely. I would be stunned here if there's any action for a pitch or 2 from Provo.
Girls lacrosse tie this year 2-1. Their only loss was to Brighton. Beat American Fork 23-3 the other day. That one's in there for strike 1. 3-1 now to count. Grace Erker, common lacrosse name, Ty, 14 goals already on the year in the first 3 games. Eliza Smedley also has 6 goals on the year for the girls lacrosse team.
Yeah, Grace sister to Ethan over there. So a lot of lacrosse there in the Erker home. Very successful are those 2.
3-1. This one's elevated, but it will go foul. Over where our cube's parked there, Ty. I think you're safe, though. I think it's a little bit further down the road.
We parked that one in a nice, safe area, Tyler. I'd be surprised if we get a baseball on top of that one.
Full count now, 2 outs. The number 9 hitter, leadoff hitter Martinez on deck. Had a nice single up the middle in his first at bat. Jones comes set. One look, the payoff. That one swung on as well, fouled back, and we'll reset with the count full.
That's what you need from Beau, though, Tyler. You got a challenge here. You make the number 9 hitter put it in play and beat you. You don't want to give a free pass here to the bottom of the lineup. Came back with 3 straight strikes. Need another one here, though.
Beau comes set, one look, high leg kick, delivers. That one's going to bounce off of the mask of Carter. The runner is going to advance to third base, and that'll be ball 4. So runners on the corners for 2 outs, with the senior Alex Martinez coming up to the plate. Second walk of the game for Jones. Had no Ks and no walks in that first outing. Sorry, did have 2 walks in his first outing, had no Ks, but does have 2 Ks here in this game. See how aggressive Coach Moore gets with the runner on first with the leadoff hitter up. Wasatch was good in first and third situations defensively down in St. George. Jones comes set. Martinez had the single up the middle his first time up. First pitch in there for ball 1.
I'd classify Martinez. He's not a pure pull hitter. He's more of a gap-to-gap guy. He can drive a ball to right center or to the left center gap. Does a good job of staying up the middle with his swing.
He's going to go up the middle with this one, elevates it to deep center field. Tragun settles underneath it, and Wasatch gets out of the inning again. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 are left on base again. It's still 0-0 as we go into the second.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasps football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way, because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the second inning brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. That's Physical at the Fit Stop. Provo taking a lot of time to get the pitcher out here to the mound, Tyler.
Well,
Martinez got the last out.
Exactly. Yeah, Martinez, and I guess we're like Major League style here, Ty, right? Like
Can't have anyone else get your pitcher loose.
Get your pitcher loose. Ty, Physical at the Fit Stop's our sponsor of our Goose Egg innings. Already 2 Goose Egg innings for Beau Jones and the Wasatch Wasps. 8 scoreless innings now pitched by Beau Jones this season. 6 in the win over Woods Cross to start the Snow Canyon Invitational. And Ty, if you look at the Wasatch season, it's kind of been up, down, up, down, up, down. They got a win over Hunter, lost to Park City, beat Pineview, lost to Jordan, beat Woods Cross, lost to Snow Canyon, beat Cedar Valley, lost to Salem Hills. And so it's time for a win today against the Provo Bulldogs.
Well, not just one. It's time to rattle off several wins in a row here, Tyler. Wasatch wanting to jump out with a 3-0 sweep in the 3 games here against Provo. Bulldogs were picked to be one of the bottom teams here in Region 9 this year. But that doesn't mean anything. They were last year as well, and they still got one on Wasatch. So on paper, it looks like this should be one Wasatch is able to get a few wins, Tyler. But you got to come down here and execute at Provo High School.
Well, Ty, you better have your head on straight and watch your lip, because Chett Wilson is at the box, the number 4 hitter on the season. He's having himself a great year. .536 batting average, 4 doubles, 1 home run, 8 RBIs, leads the team, and 10 runs scored. He'll take ball 1.
Yeah, all Chett needs is one good pitch, Tyler. He's a hitter. And that's good because often over the course of the season, he's only going to see one good pitch. Pitcher's going to be very careful coming around the zone with Chett.
He's going to swing at that one and foul it back to the backstop. 1-1 now the count. On deck is Cole Zimmerman, also having himself a fantastic start. Really 1 through 6 of this Wasatch lineup have been great. That one too far. No, does get the outside corner. Moves the count to 1-2. Chett hitting from the left-hand side. Cole Zimmerman will as well. Gingras back into the windup. Delivers the 1-2. That one's too low. Tried to go a little bit more heat on that one. 2-2 now the count.
Yeah, tried to sneak the fastball by Chett. That's worked for a few pitchers. They haven't really got it by him, Tyler, but they've got him off balance over the course of the season with the 2-strike fastball.
The 2-2. This one swung on, and it is swung on and missed. Gets away from Martinez. No, they're going to say Martinez did make that catch. So, rare strikeout there for Chett Wilson. That is only his second strikeout on the year. Second strikeout of the game for the Wasps. Going to bring up Zimmerman. Zimmerman, 500 batting average, 3 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs, 14 for 28 on the year. Hitting again from the left-hand side, Lane Community College commit. This one's going to be swung on and go into the bullpen there down the first base side. Again, a little bit later on in our broadcast, we'll get into our Wausau campus. A couple of Lane Community College Wasatch pitchers up there right now doing some damage for Lane, who's having a good start of the year. Swung on, fouled back into the catcher's glove, so an 0-2 count here for Cole. Sets up and another strikeout. 3 strikeouts now on the game for the Wasps. Coming in the hand of Wasatch's best contact guys, Ty. Tragun Shaw, Chett Wilson, and Cole Zimmerman all going down on swings and misses. Going to bring up Gage Schiess. Gage Schiess, 412. He had himself a fantastic Snow Canyon tournament, a triple and a couple of RBIs on the year. Gets the inside corner for strike 1. Gingras working quickly on the mound. Took him a while to get out here, Ty, but he's working quick now. 2 away, nobody on base. The 0-1 swung on. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop fields it, throws it across the diamond in time, and Wasatch is retired in order. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody's left on base. It's still 0-0 as we go into the 3rd inning.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the 3rd, brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health. Founded in 1967 to provide quality mental health care for all individuals within Utah and Wasatch counties, Wasatch Behavioral Health is a comprehensive community behavioral health center offering a wide array of programs, services for children, teens, and adults. Leading off will be the number 2 hitter, Keegan Gingras. Grounded out to the 3rd baseman on a sharply hit ground ball in his first at bat. He thinks about swinging to the first one, a little bit up in the zone, ball 1. Jones, 8 scoreless innings to start off this year for the junior. That one's in there at the belt. Look pretty good from here, but ball 2. 43rd pitch for Beau in the ballgame. The 2-0, that one's going to be swung on and missed. Big kind of swooping swing there from Gingras. Moves the count to 2-1.
Ty, 8 scoreless innings from Jones is awesome. And unfortunately, not a lot of run support to go with it, Tyler. He came in relief in that game earlier against Woods Cross, and Wasatch got a run to win in extra innings, but not much other than that. Now in this one, no runs on the board so far either. And it's interesting how that happens sometimes. When your pitcher's good, the bats sometimes don't come with them. It's almost like you get a little bit relaxed in the box as a team.
This one's going to be roped to left center field gap. Nobody's getting to that one. It's going to be the second double of the game for Provo. They're going to hold him up at second base as Chett will run the ball in. Provo with another runner on second base. That's the third time this game in as many innings.
This is not a bad spot if you're Provo to try to run some small ball. Tyler, see if you can get that runner over to third base somehow with less than 2 outs and see if you can strike first and take the first lead. It's hard to want to do that, though, with your 3, 4, 5 coming up. But 3, 4, 5 are not that killer as far as their batting average, Tyler. Coming into this one, Fuller's pretty good. He's the one stepping into the box right now at 385 coming in. But waiting in the wings, you've got a couple guys hitting below 300 in the 4 and 5 hole.
Fuller walked in his first at bat. Does think about a bunt. They'll pull back as that pitch goes outside for ball 1. Zimmerman playing up on the grass on the right-hand side. Gutierrez, second base, playing in the hole with the lefty up. Chett trying to keep the runner close at second. Gurney playing even with the bag. 1-0 count. Fuller in the box on the left-hand side. He's going to square to bunt again. No, yes, he does. Inside, though, ball 2. Kind of a drag bunt look here from Fuller.
Yeah, Ty, and I'm not so sure with both of those bunts that he's really wanting to put it down. I think Provo, they think Jones he's kind of wobbly right now. He's starting off with balls consistently in his pitch sequences, and I think if they can, they'd like to get themselves a free pass here and then bunt with your 4-5 hitters, as they're not your more consistent hitter. So maybe let Fuller here kind of bluff his way on these bunts, and now see if he can look for a fastball. It's kind of served up in a 2-0 count to jump after this one.
The 2-0, he's just going to square now. Pulls back. That one's in there for strike 1. So 2-1 the count. Good rotation there from the Wasatch Wasps infield. Gurney and Zimmerman both charging. And left second base free as Wilson was covering third.
So that one's what you call a fake and take, Tyler. That's what Provo had on there. That was never going to be a bunt that's coming down. They're faking and taking that one back. You're moving the defense around a little bit, also trying to work against the pitcher's head by giving them a target before they deliver the ball to home plate.
Chett does a good job of keeping the runner close, but the ball sails high. 3-1 now the count. Update on the softball team, Ty. Still winless. Still trying to look for that first win, but they are taking advantage of that nice turf softball field. They've been able to get some games in this week. Soccer, on the other side, Ty, they failed to find a loss this year. 4-0 on the year with wins over Salem Hills most recently. There's another ball 4, and so that's the third walk of the game now for Jones. And Provo has the first 2 runners on first and second. Nobody out for the number 4 hitter, Isaac Tucker, who struck out in his last at bat.
Well, you don't want to find any losses if you're Wasatch Soccer there, Ty. Chett Wilson comes in to talk this one over with Jones. Coach Moore's not going to ever pass up an opportunity to slow this game down, Tyler, so he calls his players over from the base path. And no coach has called the timeout here. This was all just Wilson coming in from shortstop to try to calm down his young pitcher. But now Coach Moore is going to come in and not even have to put any signs down. He's going to call what he wants. I'd have to imagine the conversation went a little something like this, Tyler. We're probably going to have you bunt here, but we're going to wait until he throws a strike before we really look to put something on. Wasatch, I was going to say, right, this is a threatening inning, Ty. Runner on second and first, nobody out. 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up.
Pausing the action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Batter is going to square early, pull back, swings, a little bit of a slash motion there, and that's going to be strike 1 on the swing and the miss. Carter's going to come out and call a different bunt defense. So Wasatch had both corners charging in. Now Carter's going to stand up and signal in a new one. So 0-1 the count. Nobody out. Wasatch 0, Provo 0. Gurney creeping in, swing and a miss. And the runner's going to go to third. Nobody's on third base. Good read there from the second baseman, or the runner on second base. And we got runners on the corners with just 2 strikes.
Well, Ty, that's inexperience, right? Ashton's moved over. He usually plays up the middle. and he's assuming the bunt defense, which is good. He's thinking, I've got to jump on top of this ball, but there never was a bunt to assume as Provo didn't square. And so he came in. Nobody was on the wheel to cover third base, and Wasatch just gifted that one over to Provo because of it.
Yeah, a little bit of inexperience on the left-hand side of the infield. Wasatch has a pickoff move as well, and not so sure that wasn't the pickoff as well, where Wasatch charges and tries to pick off the runner at second. 0-2 the count, nobody away. High lay kick. High delivery, 1-2 now the count. 54th pitch of the game for Beau Jones.
Defensive setup here for Wasatch. They want to get a double play up the middle. They're going to let the run score on a ground ball up the middle. Corners are playing about even with the bag. Strikeout would be the most ideal situation for Wasatch and Jones.
High lay kick. Runner goes. Swung on. It's a ground ball at the middle. Jones fields it clean. Throws it to first. Gets the out, but the runner will stay at third base. So runners on second and third. One away. Still no runs in for the Bulldogs.
That was a great play from Jones. The lefty was kind of falling off the mound with his natural body motion as you would throw, but the ball was hit back to his backhand side, so he kind of had to turn around awkwardly with the backhand and snag that ball, which was coming right on the mound. So it's not a flat surface. He's got his weight carrying him away from where that ball was, and he still had the wherewithal to turn around and snag that ball. It definitely saved a run off the board for this moment, at least for Wasatch, keeping that ball right there on the mound.
It's going to bring up Drew Ducher. Grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat. He's got a double RBI opportunity here with runners on second and third, one out. First pitch outside, ball one.
Ty, I might be overthinking this here too, and that's certainly the case. It's easier to say from our seat than if you're out on the field. But I pitch carefully here too, because a walk, again, is just not the end of the world. Jones gets a lot of ground balls, and if you can get the bases loaded up, you've got yourself a chance at a double play to keep no runs from scoring.
Wasatch is going to bring the infield in, so all four infielders now playing in on the grass. That ball's high, so 2-0 now the count.
This is not a bad move either if you're Wasatch. Bring the infield in here. It does leave more space for a ball to drop in with the outfield, but you're going to try to hold that runner at third base, knowing the bottom of the lineup is coming up here.
2-0 the count. High lay kick, delivers. That one's in for a strike. Hard ground ball to Ashton. He fields it clean, throws it home, and Carter can't handle it. The ball's going to poke away, and one run comes in. Runner safe at first, runner safe all around, and one run is in for the Bulldogs.
Well, that one's tough, Tyler. Wasatch got what they needed. Gurney, nice job. He's very good reactionary over there, Tyler. Really like what I'm seeing from Ashton at third base with just snagging everything coming at him. Delivered a good ball as well. Carter had plenty of time. I think he just got ahead of himself, Tyler, ready to go make the tag, and he left before he secured the ball. That is a costly error as it allows a run to come across.
First lead of the game for Provo. 1-0 the score here in the top of the third inning. Wasatch playing at Provo High, but are the home team. Jones comes set again with runners on the corners. Couple of looks, high lay kick, delivers. That one at the belt, a little bit above the belt for ball one. One hit in the inning for Wasatch. First error of the inning. First error of the ball game for either team. Jones comes at a huge lead at first base. Runner's going to go. Swung on, and this one's elevated. Is it going to get out? Carter goes up to the backstop, and it will go foul by about 3 feet. 1-1 the count. That's one as a coach. You tell your hitter, if you get that much of a head start by your runner at first, go ahead and just swing over that one.
Yeah, you're going to need to mix up the looks here if you're Jones, Tyler. Maybe go with a pick over at some point, because that's a free bag if they're running on that same move on this next pitch.
Trying to keep the double play intact. Get out of the inning with the double play. The middle infield is playing playing double play depth up the middle. One look, goes with the slide step this time. Ball's in the dirt. Ball two. 2-1 now the count. One run across in the inning, and Provo still threatening with runners on the corners. The hitter, lefty Milo Rainier, struck out in his first at bat. 2 Ks on the day for Jones. Pickoff move, not in time. Runner at third, thinking about it. Now he'll scamper back to the bag.
Yeah, he's thinking because that ball never quite made it to Zimmerman, Tyler. Cole kept it in front, but the ball was bouncing around by his feet. Third base runner, saw that and was thinking about taking a chance at home.
Big lead by the runner at first. He's going to go on this one. Slide step. No, doesn't go. He'll go back to the bag, but it's another ball. So 3-1 now the count. And Coach Moore is saying, he's literally pointing, go to second.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great pitch to do it on, right? You either got to come with a strike that's a good action pitch, so you get a hit and run, or you're going to have ball 4.
The 3-1, another slide step, outside, ball 4, and that'll load the bases on the 4th walk of the day for Jones. It's going to bring a trip to the mound from Coach Jacobson. Trip to the mound brought to you by Tony's Tacos, best tacos in town, but that's not all. Stop in for their tortas, burritos, flautas, chili rellenos right there on Main Street. Proudly have been in business since 2001. And we will have a pitching change. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, it will be Gage Schiess on the mound for the Wasps.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Good Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice. 5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the 3rd inning here at Provo High School. Wasatch trailing 1-0 against the Provo Bulldogs, and we've got a pitching change. Beau Jones coming out for the Wasps. Gage Schiess in. This pitching change brought to you by Tony's Tacos. Best tacos in Heber City, Tyler. Good, authentic Mexican street tacos. Have your choice of carne asada, chicken, pork. You've got beef as well that you can go in there with, Tyler. Great options, wonderful sauces, and of course, you've got other things that you can get, such as burritos, flautas, things of that nature. Tony's Tacos has been in business since 2001 and are proud supporters of Wasatch High School athletics.
The sophomore Burge, Cy Burge doubled to left center field. He comes up with the bases juiced. Every runner on base will be Beau Jones's responsibility. Wasatch trying to get out of it. 1-0 the score, 1 away. Double play, a ground ball away from getting out of the inning. Gage, ball 1, make it ball 2. Both pitches low in the zone, 2-0 now the count.
Carter went down and got that ball well, though, Tyler. Landon made that look a lot better than the pitch was, working his way up to receive that. It's really his greatest strength back there as a catcher. Receives the ball well.
The 2-0. That one's in for a strike, and it's going to be laced down the left side. 1 run will come in. 2 runs will come in. Runner's going to try to get to third base, and another double for Burge. He's having himself a day. How about 2 for 2, 2 doubles and 2 RBIs, and Provo opens up this game with a 3-0 lead.
Well, you look up and down, Tyler, the scoreboard now 3-0 in favor of Provo, only 4 hits. So again, very efficient. They're getting their hits with runners on base and getting some free runs. They've taken advantage of an error. Now some walks that have been able to come in as well. And just like that, Bulldogs in front. In fact, only 1 runner who has scored has really earned their way to home plate.
Wasatch is going to cut off the infield again. That one's up in the zone for ball 1. So all 4 infielders in. Runners on second and third, 1 out. The hitter is Ty Lamb, who popped out to right center field in his last at bat. senior for the Bulldogs. As you mentioned, we'll probably see him on the mound today. This one's going to be swung on. This one's going to be roped to right field. Max Walker's going to come up with the catch, trying to get the runner at home. Not in time. Another run comes in on the sacrifice fly, and it's 4-0 for the Bulldogs.
It's winning baseball right there, Tyler. Didn't try to do too much with that pitch. Lamb just watches it in, serves it out there to the outfield far enough to get the run in. And it's just a good play. It's a selfless at bat there from Lamb to push across another run. 4-0. Provo has jumped on Wasatch.
It's going to bring up the freshman, Orchard Gearing, I believe playing shortstop today as well, Ty, for the Bulldogs.
Wasatch on the appeal. I'm not going to get it, Tyler. They thought he left a little early from third base. Umpires say he was safe, so the run will count.
Runner on third. 2 outs for the number 9 hitter. Alex Martinez, the leadoff guy, on deck. Swung on. This one's elevated to right field as well. Walker got a good step on it, settles underneath it, makes the grab, and Provo is retired, but not before 4 runs on just 2 hits, 1 error by the Wasps. 1 runner is left on base. It's 4-0 as we go into the bottom of the third.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the third inning at Provo High School, or Wasatch is actually the home team today, having to move this game because of the snow on Wasatch's field. They've moved it down to Provo. Third inning action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Stop on by today at Mirror Lake Station and say hello and grab yourself some award-winning donuts there in Camas.
Ashton Gurney will lead it off for the Wasps. Playing third base today, on deck Landon Carter, and in the hole Max Walker. Wasatch has gone down in order. Alex Gutierrez did get a hit, but was thrown out going to second. So 6 batters and 6 outs for the Wasps. Ball 1 here to Gurney. Gurney on the year, 200 batting average, but has 7 RBIs. Has been really good for the Wasps in RBI situations this year. In fact, I think he had 3 sacrifice fly RBIs in that game again, or in that second day. Sharply hit ground ball to the third baseman. Gurney trying to get down the lineup, and they call him out.
Oh, he blew that one, Tyler.
And
he
that
got
is
by a step.
Not.
Oh, that's really bad.
I think you can get Tyler's opinion on that call.
Man. I'm sorry. That is as easy as it could get, Tyler. That's a terrible call over there at first base. Sharply hit ball. Gurney's been right on the nose, Tyler. He's played very well at third base as well, but that umpire just blew that one.
Let's get a replay, Ty, right? Signal?
Yeah.
No replay,
We got
though.
the camera over here behind the net.
That's right.
Let's get that thing up and show them.
Landon Carter now comes up, the sophomore. He's going to take a off-speed pitch low on the year. Landon Carter, 312, 5 of 16 with a couple of doubles and 5 RBIs.
I like how you phrase that. You're going to hear my opinion. Excuse me, Tyler, for losing my mind on that over there. That was just a tough call.
That ball was right on the money. A good barrel there from Gurney. One away here in the bottom of the third. 3-0 count, and Ty, already an adjustment from Carter. He had a hard time laying off that off-speed pitch that was low in the zone. Just laid off of 2 of them. Brings the count to 3-0. And that one's low as well. So 4 straight pitches, and Wasatch has a base runner. First walk of the game for Gingras. And it's going to bring up Max Walker, who we have not seen at the plate since the opening day game. Went 2 for 4 in that game with a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Walker again here, Tyler. He was aggressive, getting after pitches early. Also was a pull hitter, Tyler. So kind of watch for something down the left part of the field here.
Burdett will come in as the speed-up runner for Carter, who will come out of the game playing catcher today. Wasatch trying to generate something, need an answer inning, gave up 4 in the top of the third, and that's where the score stands, 4-0. Walker playing right field today. We'll probably see him on the mound at some point. Good lead here from Burdett. Swung on and fouled into the catcher. 4 strike 1.
Walker coming off an ankle injury, Tyler. Good to see it's not too severe here, that he's able to get back into the lineup.
Gutierrez on deck for the Wasps. 0-1 the count, 1 away. The pitch. That one's in there for strike 2. Moves the count 0-2. Gingras has been good for the Bulldogs. He's been around the zone, only 1 walk, has 3 Ks out of the 7 outs so far in the game today. Has an 0-2 count here. The pitch swung on. It's going to be a ground ball at the middle. Goes off the pitcher's glove. Shortstop squares, throws it over to first. Not in time. We'll give an infield hit here to Walker, and Wasatch has 2 runners on.
Are we sure that's not in time, Tyler, after that last out call? I'm going to be all over this guy all game after he missed that one.
That was probably fortunate for the Wasps. That went off the pitcher's glove. The shortstop had a beat on it, and it looked like he was going to be able to field it, step on the bag, and throw it across the diamond. Runners on first and second, though, as the top of the order comes up for the Wasps. Top of the order has been great for the Wasps. Generated 8 runs against Cedar Valley in that win over the weekend. That ball's in the dirt. Both runners will stay. Ball 1.
Yeah, they stay, but they're ready to go, too, Tyler. Both those guys licking their chops on those ground balls. That's Burdett at second, Walker at first. Something you got to love about how Coach Erickson coaches his team. He wants them to be aggressive and swipe every bag they can on balls in the dirt.
Ball's outside for ball 2. Moves the count to 2-0. Gingras, for the first time today, having a little bit of trouble locating the zone. Still missing close on most of these pitches.
And Tyler, for the first time today, he's got runners in scoring position. It's easy to get into a rhythm and pump the zone when you don't have any threat. So it's good that Wasatch finally has some guys in scoring position to put some pressure on him.
Goes with the off-speed pitch, and he does land that one. That's a good take, though, from Gutierrez. Moves the count to 2-1. Gutierrez takes a peek down at Coach Jacobson. Wasatch again trying to generate their first runs of the game. Gutierrez is going to square. He'll pull back, slash situation, a slash and run. A double steal, slash and run. He'll foul it off, and it'll reset at 2-2. See how Wasatch does second time through the lineup. Had a little bit of trouble getting on time with Gingras the first time through. Gutierrez did single to the shortstop on an infield hit his first time up. The 2-2, outside ball 3. Going through, Ty, a ball has not left the infield yet for Wasatch. Ground ball to the shortstop, 3 ground balls to the shortstop, a ground ball to the third baseman, and a ground ball to the pitcher are all we have today. The payoff with 1 away. Swung on, gets the outside corner, and that's strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Gingras.
Yeah, I can see your temptation to say swung on that one, Tyler. That pitch is pretty good. And one with 2 strikes, you coach your hitters, don't leave it up to the umpire. You want to make sure you take a hack on that. Just a little bit too tempting for Alex to lay off, though, and he didn't take a stab at it.
Nice little backdoor off-speed pitch. Gets the corner. Going to bring up Tragun Shaw. He'll take ball 1 outside. Wasatch is going to have to generate with 2 outs. They've done a good job of that this year. Burdett, good speed at second base. Walker, also good speed at first. Gingras working out of the stretch, of course. The 1-0, that one. Tragun thinks about it, lays off of it, and it's a 2-0 count.
Yeah, good decision there from Tragun, Tyler. He's got a hard time laying off that pitch right there. But he's got his plan in motion right now. Good approach so far.
The 2-0 swung on, elevated to left field. Left fielder shouldn't have any trouble with it. Settles underneath it, makes the grab. And Wasatch goes scoreless again. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 are left on base. It's 4-0 as we go into the 4th.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the fourth brought to you by Country Garden and Nursery, the only one-stop shop for everything garden and yard related in the Heber Valley. Stop on into their indoor plant shop for the plant of the month. And I am happy to report, Ty, that the sun still does exist. It is out. We can see it. You're having to use your hand to block it. There is still a sun in our solar system. Ball one here to the leadoff guy, who is also the leadoff guy in the lineup, Alex Martinez. Singled up the middle and flew out to center field. That one too high, moves down to 2-0. Count. That one's a fastball that's in there for strike one. 2-1 now the count. Fourth inning action, we're going to update you on some track, Ty. A couple of track and field stars for the Wasatch track and field team. New head coach Isaac Call got me an update. Yes, he did. Yeah, that's an easy call. 2-2 now the count. Bailey Sweataya Jr. has placed first in two of her meets this year in the shot put and is currently ranked number one in 5A with a distance of 36.4. That ball's going to get away from Gage, move the count to full on this 11th pitch of the outing for Schiess.
Just waiting to show his best curveball on this one, Ty. That one got a little bit high over the top, and watch him bring back a good one here.
Payoff, too far outside, and another walk for the Wasatch pitching staff. Sheridan Caldwell, Ty, a senior, is placed in the top 5 in each of her 4 meets. Is currently ranked second in the state in the discus. Her longest throw coming at 102.4 inches. Ty, one that we've liked to update over the last couple years is Maddie Durant, current Wasatch High School record holder, assigned at Utah University. Currently holds the 400-meter time, best time in the state at 55 seconds. Strike one? No, not a strike. Ball one. Carter thought that was a strike. Asked the umpire where he thought that one was, and he says it's outside for ball one.
Yeah, Maddie Durant, you say 55 seconds for a
400. Yep.
Holy moly. Well, there's a reason she's heading down to the U to continue her athletic career.
2-0 to count as the off-speed pitch misses badly again. Moves the count to 2-0. Alex running so far, or running at first base. Gets a decent lead. Gage comes back inside, does land the fastball, and that moves the count to 2-1. It's going to bring some signs from Coach Moore. Gage comes set. The 2-1 to Gingras. That one's off speed. Gets away from Carter. Runner will advance to second base. Gingras doubled his last time up on a rope to the left center field gap. Grounded out to third base. And for yet again in the fourth inning, Provo has a guy on second base with less than 2 outs. Gage comes set. The 3-1 count. Delivers. That one's too low. Back-to-back walks to start off the fourth inning. Has runners on first and second. Another update, Ty. Kate Giles is a junior. Coach Call says she's a rising standout star. Main events are the 800 and the 1600. Her goal is to break the 5-minute mark. Current record in the event is 5:12. She ran at the state as a sophomore and is currently ran the third fastest time ever in that event.
5-minute mark for what?
The mile.
For the mile. Run a mile in under 5 minutes? Ty, you think you can do that in your car at this point?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't this morning trying to go through the canyon. I can tell you that for sure.
That's incredible. That's under 5-minute mile. Some of these kids obviously push beyond that. Go back 70 years, that 4-minute mile was thought to be unbreakable, Tyler. Until Roger Bannister got that done. People thought it was physically impossible. Go back deep enough in the history, doctors saying your body would kill over if you ran under a 4-minute mile.
Coach JW comes out to the mound. That trip to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Square here by the hitter from Provo, another ball. Hitter is the number 3 hitter, Campton Fuller. He's got a base on balls and a base on balls in the last 2 at-bats. Wasatch has Zimmerman charging on the right-hand side. Chett trying to keep the runner close to second. Another square and another ball. These are just vague bunts. Moves down to 2-0.
It's something, Ty, I remember you like to do as a head coach. When you had a pitcher really struggling to find the zone, mentally they're distracted there on the mound, not able to pick a target. You'd like to give them something else to think about by having the hitter square around, and now they've got a bat in the zone as they go in their motion, and until they can find the strike zone. Sometimes coaches will like to keep feasting on the inconsistency of the pitchers here with that.
It allows you to see the defense as well. That one's in there for a strike. Another square and another pullback. Moves down to 2-1. Wasatch had both corners charging that time. Chett hustling over to third base to cover the bag there. So 2-1 the count. Still nobody away. It's been back-to-back walks here in the fourth inning. Provo put a 4 spot up in the top of the third, and that's where we stand at score 4-0 here in the top of the fourth. Gage comes set. One look. Now a pickoff move. Chett going over to second. Not in time. We'll reset. Another shout out to Tyler Ball. Moved in from Boulder, Colorado. Competed in the Arcadia Invitational, which is a premier invitational for elite athletes. Currently stands in the top 5 all time in a couple events for the Wasps. Swung on and fouled off is the 2-1. Moves the count to 2-2. Race for the ball is won by Riker Evans. Some of the fun in-games that in-game event, what is that? That's an in-game game, right? That they'll play.
Game within the game?
Game within the game. 2-2 the count. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. One look, make it 2. Delivers. That one swung on, elevated to left field. Crew's got a chance. This one's kind of in the Bermuda Triangle. Crew comes up with the play, and Wasatch has one away.
Good job from Gage to come back and settle down, Tyler. That one went to 2-0. Gage got his way back into that one and then made a good pitch at 2-2. Get a nice, easy fly out. Got one more pitch here, and we can go back into hitting if you make a good one. Going to have some movement, Tyler. Pinch hitter, it looks like, is going to come into the game for Provo on this one.
Yeah, going to pinch hit for the cleanup hitter. Was Isaac Tucker. Now it's going to be number 20, who is, got to switch my rotation around, Jared Mon. 417 on the year, Ty. 5 of 12, a triple, a double, 4 RBIs. Guy who's normally in the lineup but did not start today.
Yeah, I wonder where they're going to put him, Tyler. They're killing the DH in this scenario, so Mon's going to come into the game. Maybe coming in on the mound. We'll see after this inning where they'll put him in defensively.
The plan right now, the plan was for Wasatch to play Provo Thursday, Friday, Monday, with a couple of those games being at Wasatch's home ballpark. That's not going to happen. Yesterday's game got rained out, and looking to next week, it's not supposed to be any better. So Wasatch is going to try to get this one in, and then 2 games tomorrow, again, down here at Provo High. That one's in there for strike 1 to Mon. Wasatch again trying to get out of the inning. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Nobody in this inning. They trail 4-0. The 0-1, knife off speed pitch is fouled off. 0-2 now the count.
Already, though, Ty, this kid's swing looks a lot better than what they had in there at the 4-hole before. And that's not even so much saying the guy at the 4 was not a good player, because he was fine. But this just looks a lot more polished, a lot more balanced. with this hitter in the box.
0-2, swing and a miss, and that's another Wasatch Physical Therapy strikeout. Gage his first K of the game, and Wasatch now has 2 away. So after a leadoff walk, 2 leadoff walks, Gage is able to get the pop out to left field and comes back with a K to the pinch hitter.
Well, it doesn't matter if you look pretty if you don't get the job done, though, Tyler. His swing looked good. But how about that? Gage getting the better of him. Now we'll get a speed-up runner coming in for the catcher at second base. See if Gage can finish the inning and end the threat.
He's going to bring up Drew Ducher, grounded out to the second baseman, and then grounded to the third baseman in his last at bat. It was a good play from Gurney, but Wasatch unable to get the out at home. 0 for 2. That one's a ball 1. High. A couple of looks here from Schiess, delivers, and that one's high and inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Gage looks back at the dugout. Will reset on the mound, working out of the stretch. Comes set. Good leads from both runners. The 2-0, that one high as well, moves down to 3-0. On deck is Milo Rainier, struck out and walked in his 2 plate appearances today. Taking his time getting back in the box is Ducher. The 3-0, and that one's high as well. So third walk of the inning will load the bases with 2 away for Rainier. A couple of stats on the year, Tyler, for Wasatch. Batting average as a team, .369 with a .444 on-base percentage. 28 extra base hits, 7.7 runs scored. So you got to think the offense is going to wake up sooner or later in this ball game. It's currently 0 runs in through 3 innings. But the walks have been the story. Averaging a walk per inning so far this year are the Wasps on the mound. Bases are loaded, and Gage is able to come back with a strike to the lefty Rainier. 0-1 the count. Hasn't put the ball in play yet. Wasatch playing deep all around in the infield. The 0-1. That's a curve ball. Does he land it? Yes, it does. Nice little backdoor curve ball. Moves down to 0-2. See if Gage can work himself out of it. Bases loaded. The 0-2 count. Looks at the runner at third. High leg kick. Delivers the 0-2. It's at the belt. Carter wanted it. Doesn't get the call.
I think the hitter thought it was too, Tyler. He was leaning back towards the dugout. It's a pretty good pitch.
Will reset. Count 1-2. Delivers. That one's going to bounce. It's going to get away from Carter. 1 run will come in, and the other runners will advance to second and third. 2-2 now the count, and 1 run in the inning, and that's now 5-0 the score. Deuces with runners on second and third. Still threatening are the Bulldogs for Rainier.
Gage tried to reach back there. Tyler put a little something extra on that fastball. Made it difficult on his catcher with the bases loaded. Expecting the fastball. You're not looking at something in the dirt like that. Carter couldn't respond quick enough to keep it in front.
After a pause, he does get the outside corner on that fastball. Second strikeout of the inning is looking. But Provo pushes another one across. 1 run on no hits, no errors, and 2 are left on base. It's 5-0 as we go into the bottom of the 4th.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Flooring and Paints.
Hi, my name is Jeff Jones with the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. I'm assigned to the Investigations Unit as a school resource officer and detective. Having a strong bond makes it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things like underage drinking and drug use. Here's some tips for creating strong family bonds. Having fun together, spend 15 minutes of one-on-one time each day, eat meals together 5 to 7 times a week. Brought to you by the Caring Community Coalition and Wasatch Behavioral Health.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. WTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the fourth inning at Provo High School, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition, located in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop.
Wasatch will have 3, 4, 5 coming up in the lineup. Crew Erickson, Chett Wilson, and Cole Zimmerman. And just to kind of put how this game has gone, Ty, already for Provo, they have had 24 plate appearances. Wasatch with 10 plate appearances. Crew Erickson grounded out to the shortstop in his first at bat. He's going to swing at the second pitch, and a little Texas League single for Erickson. And Wasatch has the leadoff guy on.
Texas League single, huh? That's something you made a living off
yeah.
of, right, Tyler? State
right.
State record holder by the time your senior year was over. Living just over that second baseman's
head in the 3-4 hole. Best hitter or best friend for a high school hitter. He's going to bring up Chett Wilson. Wasatch again trails 5-0. Nobody away. Runner on first. Ingris delivers. That one's low and inside. Good play there from Martinez. Keeps that one clean, and Crew will go back to first base. Cole Zimmerman on deck. Ingris on the mound has done well. No runs, 2 hits, only 1 walk, and 4 Ks through 3 innings. That one's low, moves down to 2-0.
Well, Tyler, let me not be overly dramatic, but I'm going to be dramatic for a minute. Wasatch needs a response in this inning. 5-0. You got the meat of your lineup coming up for the second time. You need a run or two at minimum in this inning to let Provo know you're going to keep coming back at them. It's an important inning.
That one misses high as well, so that moves the count to 3-0 to Wilson. Again, only 1 walk on the game so far for Gingers through 3 innings. He's thrown 14 innings on the year with an ARA hovering over around 3. The 3-0, and that one's in for strike 1, just below the knees.
That's a pretty good crisp pitch there, Tyler, but a generous strike call on 3-0 after you've missed on 3 runs pretty badly before that.
Goes with an off-speed pitch. Chett laces this one to the left side. That's a base knock. Crew thinks about going to third base. Will not. But back-to-back singles for the Wasps, and they've got runners on first and second with nobody away. Ty, I need, like, specialty glasses when Chett's out because I had no idea where that ball went after that came.
Well, that's right in front of your eyes there, Tyler. Put that one right down the third base line.
Right down the third base line.
I think this is not a bad spot maybe to have Zimmerman lay one down the third base line, Tyler. We've got some youth over here on third base for Provo experience-wise. See if he gets caught a little bit in between with that runner on second.
Runners on first and second. Talking to Coach Jacobson after last weekend, one of the things that he was frustrated about was Wasatch falling behind. That's another single, though, but both runners had to pause as that ball was just off of the outstretched hand of the second baseman. So single for the Wasps is 3-4-5 coming through, and now Wasatch is in business with nobody away. Let's see if they can punch in a couple of runs.
We're going to have a timeout here for Coach Moore who wants to talk about it, Tyler, but that's good stuff all the way around. Zimmerman going and getting a pretty good pitch there, but Crew Erickson, if you go back and look at that, Tyler, that's a potential hit off of Cole's bat that could devastate an inning. It's a good line drive. Runners, can get caught off the bag, and that can turn into 2, if not 3 outs really, really quickly. And Crew read that all the way off, Tyler. He was retreating the entire way back to second base. You said pause. That's not what Crew was doing. He was coming full steam back to second because he saw that it had a chance to be caught. I just feel like this Wasatch team, there's just so much experience in game that you don't see on the field that often like that. That even if that ball's caught, Crew is heads up. He's retreating to keep from potentially losing what could be a pretty big inning for Wasatch, getting the first 2 guys on.
These hits brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. Wasatch, bases loaded, nobody away here in the bottom of the 4th. Trailing 5-0, trying to generate and get back into this ball game. Gage Schiess will come up. He grounded out to the shortstop, his last up. Gingras is going to go back to working out of the windup. What a good play there again from Martinez. Somehow came up with that one in the dirt, and Wasatches will stay.
He's a real advantage, a real weapon that Provo has back there. A 3-year starter at catcher. You can see just a lot of ability and poise there from the bulldog catcher.
Good leads all around. Gage is going to swing at this one. It's a lazy ground ball at the middle. Shortstop, second baseman to the first baseman. Does not get it in time. Wasatch will have one run come in, make it 2, as that one's going to go into the dugout, and the runner will go to second base. So Wasatch does have one away, as Cole Zimmerman is called out at second base, but 2 runs will come in, and those are the first physical of the pit stop runs of the game for the Wasps.
Yeah, Tyler, so you can't assume the double play, so there's actually not an error originally, but then you're going to have a throwing error on the overthrow to the first baseman that allowed the second run to come in. So Wasatch does get a response that they need here, Tyler, making the score 5-2 in this one.
Have a little bit of a pause in the action. I'm not sure what did Gage run into the first baseman, Ty, a little bit, that he's holding his wrists. Trying to see what happened there.
I didn't see that either, Ty.
Let's go ahead and take a break. Ty Trainers out onto the field. Wasatch 2, Provo 5. Trying to get back into this game are the Wasps.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 4th inning. Wasatch trails 5-2 to the Provo Bulldogs, pausing the action due to an injury timeout. Wasatch has a runner on second base, 2 runs in, 1 away.
Yeah, that's been a good response inning, Ty, from the Wasps. We talked about how they needed something here in this game to let Provo know they were going to keep coming back at them, get deeper into the pitch count. Still, Provo only 57 pitches in on this one. But Wasatch has responded. 5-2. It's a manageable deficit here with still 3+ innings left in this one. And you're certainly not done in this inning. Runner on second base, only 1 out. The Wasps are it's about time to get greedy. See if you can get a few more runs across the board here. Ashton Gurney coming up. Has maybe had the best contact of the day for Wasatch coming to the plate, Tyler. His first one was right on the screws, right at the third baseman who bobbled. And Gurney got thrown out by a step, according to the umpire. But I think if you go look at that one, he probably beat that one out. Either way, Ashton's played a good game. He's moved over to third base, played great defensively over there for them. Pretty good here in the box. Ashton's max exit velocity in the offseason, Tyler, was about mid-90s. So he's got a lot of pop here in the bat. See if he can deliver here for the Wasps with a runner in scoring position.
He's done so far this year. 7 RBIs for the junior thus far. Wasatch trails 5-2. Carter Bucott into the game to speed up run. Pickoff move, not in time. Carter had a good lead at second base. Good communication there. Garrett Christensen swinging the bat here on the on-deck circle.
Yeah, Carter, good lead, but got back easily, Tyler. Read that pickoff with ease. Pickoff move was never really close.
First pitch of the bat swung on by Gurney. This one's going back, but the left fielder will settle underneath it, and that'll be the second out of the inning for the Wasps. Going to bring up Garrett Christensen. Christensen on the year, a junior. 2 of 7 with a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Also has a couple of Ks. hitting in Landon Carter's spot. And then on deck is Max Walker. Christensen with good power. You mentioned the short porch, but it's deceiving, Ty. There's like a force field over this field that unless you're Peyton Swap,
who broke that force field in
It's
spades
tough to get a ball out here.
That's it. Swap had 2 home runs at Provo last year in their one game.
No doubt.
Down here at Provo High School. 6 RBIs. One was a grand slam.
That one's low for ball 1 to the junior Christensen. 5th inning action will bring us our Wasp on campus update, but Ty just can't wait. Matthias Dunn, 52-yarder today in BYU's spring scrimmage to wrap up spring ball.
52-yard field goal.
52-yard field goal. Swung on at Coach Jacobson at third base. 1-1 now the count. He's there competing for the place kicker position.
Yeah, going up against Mr. Jekyll and Hyde and Jake Oldroyd, Tyler. I mean, Oldroyd's had a pretty good 10, 15-year career over there at BYU.
And I've heard he's not returning, Ty, but I think he still has a year.
I saw him over there kicking field goals the other day, so just assumed he was coming back.
That not a good reception there from Martinez, and he knows it. Ty turned the glove over on a pitch that wasn't too bad, but it's going to be ball 2, 2-1 the count. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Wasatch already with 2 runs in, trying to add a couple more. Christensen trying to come through with 2 outs. The 2-1, and that's going to get him on the elbow. And Wasatch has another couple of runners on base, and Walker now coming up.
Ty, that one hurt me looking at it. Garrett doesn't wear one of those guards on his elbow either. It's just straight still over there from Christensen. Defensive standout on the football side of things, Tyler. He's not afraid of contact. He's acting like that's no big deal at all. I want to sit over here and cry for him, Tyler. That one got the elbow where it looked like it did.
We might see Christensen and catcher, Ty, or this is a pinch run situation for Burdett. So runners on first and second.
Well,
I think there's a little bit
if you insert him at catcher, which they did, then you can speed up for anyone here in this spot. And then you could reinsert Carter as well if you want, right? So he entered for Landon Carter at the catcher position, so he's able to speed up here.
And that's what they're talking about right now. Coach Moore is saying this is a pinch runner, and Coach Jameson's trying to explain, no, Christensen is going in at the catcher position, so that's a speed up.
Yeah, but I think you're right, Tyler. I think Coach Jacobson might have found a nice little loophole because Landon Carter being the starter, the rule in baseball is you can re-enter your starters one time. And so that's how the subs work. There's not free subs back and forth all game long in baseball. Your starters have to stay there for the most part, but if you pull them out, you can re-enter them in, and that's the possible scenarios. Either Garrett's just going in at catcher, Ty, which is a possibility, or they're going to re-enter Landon.
And that's what Coach Jacobson's explaining here. Pause in the action once again brought to you by Tony's Tacos, best tacos in town. Stop on in for their burritos, chili rellenos, tortas, flautas, and, of course, their best tacos. Right there on Main Street. Proudly have been in business since 2001. And I think Coach Moore,
we've got it resolved,
has got a good enough explanation. So here we go. Runners on first and second. It's Mucad at second. Zach Burdett running at first base with the number 9 hitter, Max Walker, who did single on an infield single in his last at bat. 3 for 5 on the year now is Walker, playing right field today.
I tell you, this third baseman has no idea where he is on planet Earth right now, Tyler. Just went over to the pitcher and trotted out there, and he didn't look anywhere at the batter. Had no idea who was coming up. If you want to take advantage of a player right now, this might be the time to do it at third base, laying down a bunt. That kid's not going to be...
Only a freshman.
He's not going to be aware of the possibilities here.
Swung on and fouled off to Coach Jacobson, so 0-1 the count here with 2 away. Gingras sets, delivers the 0-1. Goes off speed, another swing, and this one's fouled behind us. 2 strikes here to Walker.
And these are the kinds of things you like to look for as a coach, Tyler. Like, I'm looking around at these players on the infield. This third baseman is just eyes in the dirt a lot. He's not kind of looking around and analyzing the situations that are around him. Eyes are in the dirt after each pitch, not moving around too much in the infield.
The 0-2, low ball. We went with the slider that time, ball 1. 1-2 the count, still 2 away. Again, Wasatch runners on first and second, 5-2 the score. Top of the lineup on deck with Gutierrez, who singled in his first at bat. Wasatch with 3 singles in the inning. The 1-2, too low, ball 2. Deuces, 2-2 with 2 outs. 65th pitch of the game for Gingras. 66th pitch of the game for Gingras. Big lead for Bucad. Anything through the infield, he should be able to score easily. The 2-2. Swung on down the right side. Will it stay fair? No. Foul ball, and we'll reset with the 2-2.
Good battle here from Walker, Ty. 6 pitches in, pushing that pitch count up. Gap shot here. That ball, if he can get it down the right field line, is going to score 2.
2-2 the count. Walker back in the box. Gingras sets, delivers on a no look. That one's too low. Ball 3. So runners will get a head start here with 2 outs and a full count.
Walker, good speed coming out of the box as well, Tyler. See how he's able to run on that ankle. Looked fine in his first at bat.
Gingras sets, takes a long look at Bucad. Now a second look, delivers the payoff. And it's a swing and a miss. He went with an off speed and gets Walker swinging. But Wasatch able to push 2 across on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on base. It's 5-2 as we go into the 5th.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
5th inning action brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage and his team will find the perfect mortgage that fits your situation. It will be painless and easy. 5-2 is the score on our Dorius Dental scoreboard. Wasatch trying to get back into it. Gave up 4 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. We're able to bounce back and get their first 2 runs there in the 4th inning as well.
It's a great pitch to end the inning for Provo, Tyler, coming back to that one. Full count, 9-hitter up, runners on 2nd and 1st, and they went with a breaking pitch to get Walker off. That's just a gutsy call and a great pitch. And the reason why you usually don't see that, Tyler, is breaking pitches are not as consistent as going for a strike. And then if you don't throw a strike there, you're loading up the bases for the top of the lineup for Wasatch. It was just a very gutsy call for Provo to go with the breaking pitch there, and they executed it perfectly.
Leading off will be Cy Burge. He's been the best hitter on the field today, Ty. A couple of doubles, 1 to the left center field gap and 1 down the left field line. He takes ball 1, now takes strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Love the 5th inning, Ty. Gives us an opportunity to brag about our Wason campus. 7 Wasatch baseball players playing at the next level. This one swung on, elevated, foul. A couple of defensive substitutions as well, Ty, for Wasatch. Garrett Christensen catching right now for Wasatch. First time we've seen him behind the dish. And Zach Burdett is in the game in left field. I believe that's a substitution to maybe get him ready to go on the mound, Ty. 1-2 the count. Nice off-speed pitch, gets him to elevate this one. This one's going foul and will go too far foul, and that'll reset the count at 1-2. Give us the time to give us our first Wason campus update. Ty, Nick Greenhop playing at Vassar College in New York. 286 on the year, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, a 444 on-base percentage, and Vassar is 12-6 on the year. Gage misses on the 1-2, moves down to 2-2.
You're going to notice that trend with a lot of these Wasatch players, Tyler, is their teams are very competitive in their respective leagues. Nick, an upperclassman there at Vassar, and a big part of why they're successful.
Goes off speed and gets the swing and the miss. Big out there. That's been the struggle to get Burge out, but they get him with a swing and a miss. That strikeout brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. It's going to bring up Ty Lamb, who had an RBI on a sacrifice fly to right field in his first at-bat, popped out to right center field in his first. Hitting on the right-hand side, but push hitter. Both of his swings going the opposite way in his first 2 at-bats. Takes ball 1.
Yeah, but Wasatch not playing him as push hitter, Tyler. Tragun in center, shaded over to the pole side, and Walker playing straight up in right field. Straight up meaning if your outfielders are straight up, Tyler, they're level with the second base bag, so giving up about 90 feet off the line.
The 1-1 is swung on, it's elevated, and Christensen nearly makes the play up against the fence, bounces off his glove. Tough play there, as it was literally just coming right down that backstop.
That's an incredibly tough play, Tyler, because what the ball does on those catcher pop-ups is the spin will actually start bringing it back forward as it comes down. So that ball is where he is on the fence. That ball is on the other side of the fence as it starts coming down, and then it starts floating back into play, and Garrett's having to tiptoe the fence and track that ball all the way into his glove.
Back-to-back strikeouts as he gets the outside corner for strike 3. And Provo has 2-away here in the top of the 5th. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Garrick Orchard.
Gage in a rhythm. Coach Moore trying to go with a little gamemanship here where he's going to trot his player down to talk to him by the third base line just to get Gage out of his rhythm here.
Gives us some time to update the Stocking brothers. Chandler Stocking, 196 with a couple of doubles, a triple, and 12 RBIs. Also has 5 stolen bases for the 10 and 12 Alabama A&M. Swung on again. This one's going back again. Christensen able to make the play this time. And Wasatch goes 1-2-3 for the first time this game. Another Goose Egg inning brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic. It's still 5-2 as we go into the 5th inning stretch, brought to you by Guild Mortgage. And Ty, I'm going to throw it over to you for the Gordon Law Group game recap.
Well, Tyler, let's start here in the first and second inning where neither team was able to put any runs on the board. The offense was rare there in those innings for both teams. Wasatch had a starting pitcher in Beau Jones, Tyler, and Provo didn't score, but not because Jones was necessarily humming. He actually struggled to be around the zone. His pitch count got way up, over 60 pitches in 2+ innings, but the defense did just enough, and Jones did just enough to work his way out of jams, and Provo didn't score any runs. But into the third we went, and the Bulldogs took advantage of a lot of freebies from the Wasatch defense. Wasatch had an error, they had some walks, and did give up a couple hits, but in total in the inning, Provo put 4 runs on the board on only 2 hits in the inning. They came back the next inning and scored another one, again, on no hits that time, Tyler, and they took a 5-0 lead over Wasatch. So really their 5 runs coming on 2 hits only, and they jumped up on Wasatch. But Wasatch responded last time they came to the plate by getting 2 runs of their own, as you had singles from Erickson, Wilson, and Zimmerman before Gage Schiess knocked in 1 run, and then another run scored on a throwing error on that same at-bat. Wasatch cut into this lead 5-2, and that brings us up to the bottom of the 5th right now, where Wasatch is going to keep trying to chip away. Back to the top of the lineup they go with Alex Gutierrez.
Gutierrez 1 for 2 on the day with a single, an infield single in his first at-bat, struck out looking on a pretty good backdoor off-speed pitch on his second at-bat. That game recap brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. Gutierrez swings at the first pitch, fouls it off, 1 strike. Again, Gutierrez hitting from the left-hand side, playing second base today for the Wasps. The 0-1 swung on. It's going to be a lazy ground ball to the first baseman. First baseman picks it up, steps on the bag. 1 away for the Wasps here in the bottom of the 5th.
And that ball just snuck around the first base bag. Didn't look like it was going to be fair originally off the bat, and then it just kind of creeped back into play. Easy play for Provo. 1 down.
It's going to bring up Tragun Shaw. Struck out in his first at bat and popped out to the left fielder in his second. Zach Burdett is on deck. That pitch is in there for strike 1. Burdett would be hitting in the 3 spot for Crew Erickson. Swung on this one, and it's fouled off. 0-2 count. 73 pitches now for Gingras. The 0-2, this one's in the dirt, ball 1. Another update, Ty. Noah Turley at Oklahoma State University got another at bat this last week. He's now 1 for 9 on the year, and that 1 hit he had was a bomb. So 1 for 9 with a home run at Oklahoma State. The 1-2 swung on, fouls that one off, and stays alive.
Yeah, Noah's playing at a school where it's not hard to find videos of that, Tyler. So if you get a chance, you can look him up on really any social media platform and watch that home run. And 3 years out of high school, that is a grown man at this point. He's a big hitter, standing at 6'5", well over 220 pounds now. Really probably approaching 240 by the look of it in the video. When he hits it, it goes a long ways.
The 1-2. Tries to go upstairs. Tragun lays off of it, moves the count to 2-2. Jack Bluth at Slick Tie has 6 RBIs on the year, .333 on base percentage, and 5 stolen bases. The 2-2 gets the misses the outside corner, and that fills up the count at 3-2.
Tragun was on that all the way, Tyler, watching that all the way back in. Had a pretty good read on it. Martinez received it well, made it look appealing. I think that started out of the zone and never had a chance.
The payoff to Tragun. Swings at this one. It's roped to the left side, and it does drop. I shouldn't say rope tie. Another Texas League single there for Tragun, and Wasatch has a base runner.
Yeah, definitely not hit hard, but it's going to count all the same in the book, Tyler. That's the same as a hard line drive, and you've got a base runner now if you're Wasatch.
He's going to bring up the junior Zach Burdett. He's going to be hitting in the 3 spot for Crew Erickson. Crew did single in his last at-bat on a Texas leaguer over the second baseman's head. One away. Wasatch still trying to creep back. Goes with the drag bunt. He gets the bunt down right back to the pitcher. Gingers throws to first, and he gets away from him. It goes into right field. Tragun is going to round third. He's going to try to score from first. Right fielder, the throw home. It's not in time. Wasatch scores on the bunt back to the pitcher, and the score now 5-3. Wasatch trails by 2.
Yeah, that'll be a throwing error on the pitcher, Tyler, and that's Wasatch giving Provo a taste of their own medicine. Just put the ball in play and make these guys make a play. Provo couldn't do it. Burdett hustling down the line. The ball took the first baseman into Burdett where he was running, and the first baseman made a business decision to not go get after that ball. It ends up costing a run and should cost at least another, as Burdett's now standing on third base.
Runner on third, and that's going to bring up the heart of this lineup. Chett Wilson singled in his last at bat. He'll be up on, and then on deck is Cole Zimmerman, who singled in his last at bat as well. 5-3 the score. Wasatch trying to creep back into this thing. Bottom of the 5th, a good one here to start Region 9 play. Provo came into the game 6-3, Wasatch 4-5. Chett into the box. The first pitch, it's swung on, and this one's going to be a single to the left side again. Back-to-back singles for Chett Wilson, and Wasatch is 1 run away from tying this thing up. 5-4 now the score.
It's really good disciplined hitting from Wasatch in the last couple innings, Tyler. This team is so experienced. They're not trying to do too much with it. They recognize what this pitcher on Provo is trying to do as far as how he's trying to approach them, getting on the outer half of the plate, not giving a good chance to extend with power. But it doesn't matter. Wasatch is just taking the easy hits that they're giving them, generating nice, easy singles, whether that's Erickson, Shaw. Now Wilson has a couple hits similar.
Hit and run opportunity here. It's going to be a lazy ground ball to the second baseman. And again, that first baseman looks like he comes off a little bit early. They do have an out, but Chett will advance to second base. So runner on second, 2 away. Tough hit and run opportunity there. That ball way outside. And so Cole does what he can. 80 pitches now on the game for Gingras.
Yeah, Cole did a good job with that pitch, Tyler. You've got now 2 cracks at it. Excuse me.
Just one.
Okay, 1 crack at it. We got 2 outs. See if you can tie this one up here.
Big lead for Chett. Ball's going to get away from Martinez. Chett Wilson right on it. He'll advance to third base on the ball in the dirt. Stolen base brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more. 1-0 the count here to Gage. Gage on the day, grounded out of the shortstop, and had a fielder's choice ground out in his last at-bat that brought in 2 runs. Fastball, rope to the second baseman. Second baseman gobbles it up, throws it to first, and Provo gets out of the inning. But Wasatch does score 2 on 2 hits, 1 error by Provo, and they leave 1 on base. It's 5-4 as we go into the 6th.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome. Quick service for dine-in or takeout. Great quality food and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Good Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 6th, brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. And Ty, I'm just going to let you take this one. You were able to get some Gucci Goo today for some lunch.
Well, I had to do my pregame meal myself and prepare for work, Tyler. And I knew I'd be talking about Gucci Goo. And I wanted to have, the freshest opinion possible. Any excuse really to go to Gucci Goo is a good excuse for me, Tyler. And I did go there, got the Gucci scoops. They were absolutely fantastic. Foul ball here to start the inning to Martinez. And if you've not tried it, their new location is awesome, Tyler. A lot of places in there to go to sit down and eat. Very comfortable, fast. They got me my food fast. It was delicious. I got the brisket, and it tasted fantastic.
Martinez, leadoff hitter, 1 for 2 today. Singled in his first at bat, flew out in his second, and walked in his third. 1-1 now the count. Wasatch trails by 1. Top of the order up for the Bulldogs. Curveball misses outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Wasatch has scored 2 in the last 2 innings to put them at 4. Wasatch gave up 4 in the third. Another off-speed pitch, misses again, brings the count to 3-1. A couple of pitching standouts up at Lane Community College, Ty. We'll recap that here in a second. Jackson Bolander and Jackson Kelson really tearing it up for Lane. The 3-1 swung on. It's elevated. It will not stay in play. Full count. Jackson Bolander tied 10 appearances out of the bullpen. That's most on the team. He's 3-0, has 3 saves, 12 and a third innings pitched, a 1.46 ERA, 9 Ks, and in his last outing through 2 2/3 innings without a hit. Swung on. This one's fouled off again, so we'll stay at full count.
And helped their team on to a double-digit winning streak, Tyler. It did end that winning streak, but that team has been on a bit of a roll lately up at Lane Community College. And he's just Mr. Reliable, isn't he? You would argue maybe the best pitcher to ever come through Wasatch.
Ball 4, and Provo once again has the leadoff guy on base. Jackson Kelson also, Ty, has 4 appearances now. Is 1-0 on the year, 6 innings pitched, a sub-3 ERA. Was only given up 3 hits in those 6 innings, and in his last outing, Ty, was hovering between 92 and 95 miles per hour through 3 innings, no hits, 4 Ks, and no walks in those 3 innings.
Yeah, he's picked up about 3 to 4 miles per hour this year, Tyler. He was sitting low 90s on his best day for Wasatch last year as a senior, but now mid-90s. Very impressive where he's gotten up there at Lane Community College in, quite frankly, a short amount of time. If he continues on that trend, that's a draftable arm, Tyler. He's got a chance to maybe make a run in the draft, maybe in the lower rounds.
Keegan Gingras comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He walked in his last at bat as well. Swings at the first pitch. Gage, a couple of looks. Throws fastball low and away, ball 1. 1-1 to count. Nobody away.
And it's no surprise when you see those guys with success up in Lane as to why this team was so good last year, Tyler, for Wasatch. You put those guys on the mound for 1A and 1B. You don't even call them your 1 and 2. And you're going to win a lot of games, which they did on their way to a 5th-place finish last year.
The 1-1. Bounces this one. Christensen gets away from Christensen just enough for Martinez to advance to second base. And so the leadoff guy not only is on, but is on the pond. Provo trying to extend their 1-run lead. 2-1 the count. Gage has came in the 4th inning.
Wouldn't put a bunt past Provo here, Ty.
The 2-1 lets him swing. Ooh, that one looked good, but it's ball 3. 3-1 now to count. Couple of softball standouts. Ty Kendall Purdy is hitting .600 down at Salt Lake Community College. 9 of 15, 4 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .667. Slick is 20-7 on the year. Lands that one, so that's going to move the count to full. 3-2 the count, still nobody away here in the top of the 6th. Gage gets the sign from Christensen. Comes set. Martinez, a decent lead at second base. Couple of looks. Delivers the full count pitch. It would have missed, but they do award a timeout to the hitter before Gage delivers. Gage himself up to 56 pitches right now. Gingras back in the box. He'll step off the back. Gage will step off the batting mound this time. Paige Armendariz tie at UVU, 267 batting average, a double and 4 RBIs in her time as a freshman down at UVU. The payoff pitch gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. First out of the inning for the Wasps. That's the 5th strikeout of the game for Gage Schiess. It's going to bring up the number 3 hitter for the Bulldogs, Campton Fuller. Walk, and then popped out to the left fielder. Into the box is Fuller. Duck on the pond is Martinez at second base. Gage, couple of looks. Delivers. First pitch, tries to go for the bunt, misses. Was trying to push that to the third base side, and that's going to be strike 1. Coach Moore walks up and says, "What are you doing? Get a barrel." Like, I think you missed the sign there from Coach Moore. It's nice to have the shotgun mic and kind of get a inside scoop there. Swung on and fouled off. Moves the count to 0-2. Hitting from the left-hand side is Fuller, a junior. Came into the day hitting .385 for the Bulldogs. 0-2 count here. Gage looks at the runner at second base. Delivers the 0-2. Fastball outside corner. Does not get the outside corner. Gets away from Christensen. He's able to hustle and keeps the runner at second base. 1-2 now the count. One, two the count. Gage comes set. Chett trying to keep the runner close. Goes with the off speed again.
It's a live ball.
And it's a live ball and a tough break. Wasatch gets the strikeout, but Christensen thought it was in his glove. It rolls away. And another freebie as Wasatch will now have, Provo will have runners on the corners on the air. Tough break there. Another nice pitch from Gage. Would have been strikeout number 6. Christensen thought it was in the glove and just didn't come up with it. Martinez will now come out of the game, and they'll come up with the speed-up runner. Give us an update on the Region 9 standings. Salem Hills coming into Region 9 play sits at 7-1. Provo 6-3. Maple Mountain 4-2. Springville 4-3. Wasatch 4-5, and then Spanish Fork 1-4 coming into Region play. But you look at those standings, Ty, and you shouldn't be too worried about RPI and things of that nature because most of these teams in Region 9 coming in with strong records shouldn't be too hard on the opponent's win percentage.
Yeah, more I think what you worry about than the RPI is getting games in at this point, right? I think that's the top priority and concern for people is when and how are we going to get in all these 3-game series with the weather and the field conditions that they've got.
Mon is going to come up to the plate. He struck out in his 1 plate appearance, came in as a pinch hitter back in the 4th inning. Runners on the corners, 1 away. Wasatch trails by 1. Gage comes set. Delivers the 1-0. Runner stays. Swing and a miss. He's getting Provo to swing and miss often on the off speed in this inning. 1-1 now the count.
In particular, he's given a lot of fits on that off speed pitch.
1-1 the count. Gage waiting for the hitter to get back into the box. Takes a peek at both runners. Runner goes on the 1-1. Christensen tries to throw. Gutierrez will cut off the throw to second base, and the runner will advance. Second and third with a 1-2 count. Pretty good jump there from Fuller. I think he would have been safe either way. So second and third, a 1-2 count with 1 away. Runner on third is by Walk. Runner at second was an error on a strikeout. Wasatch will cut it off. 1-2 the count. Goes with the off speed and a little bit too high. Pretty good pitch.
It's a good pitch. Started up in the zone above the belt by the time it got to Christensen, right about in the strike zone. Umpire didn't take the bait on that one, though.
2-2 now the count. Again, all the infield are in. Gurney at third. Wilson at short. Gutierrez at second. The pitch on the 2-2. Mon thought about it, but it's out of the zone, and we now have a full count. Zimmerman playing first base. Wasatch trying to keep this thing close. 5-4 the score. Wasatch has scored 2 in the last 2 innings to cut which once was a 5-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Payoff pitch is too high, and that's the second walk of the inning, and that will load the bases for the Bulldogs and bring up Drew Docher, who's grounded out at the second baseman, grounded out to the third baseman, and walked. And that's going to bring a trip to the mound for Coach Jacobson. Trip to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Crew Erickson will be coming on. We will take a break and come back.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Pitching change brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. Stop on by to Mirror Lake Station in Camas today.
Crew Erickson comes onto the mound for the Wasps on the season. Crew, 5 innings pitched, 2.8 ERA, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Has been good as far as the control goes, and that's what Wasatch needs right now. Bases juiced, working out of the windup. That ball's going to get away from Christensen, but the runner did not see it. Christensen, but nobody's at first. Sorry, all the scramble. The runner at first did not check to see if the other 2 runners had gone, and he was at second base, but Cole was crashing in, and nobody was at first base. So everybody's able to get back to their bags. 1-0 the count. Base is still loaded with 1 away.
Tried to catch him off guard with the off-speed pitch. Coming in out of the bullpen tie. Didn't work.
Drew Ducher on the day. Again, a couple of ground outs. Walked in his last at bat. 2-0 now the count after a couple of balls low. Making Christensen work.
Here, Ty.
2-0 Crew again working out the windup. Comes back, and that one misses outside. 3-0 now the count. I think Crew thought he had that one. 3-0 the count. Crew back into the windup and the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. 3-1 now the count. See if Wasatch can get a double play ball. They are playing double play depth up the middle. Both Cole and Ashton Gurney playing on the grass on the corners. The 3-1. Swing and a foul ball fills up the count at full.
Oh, man, that swing, Tyler, is kind of swinging straight up on that pitch. A lot of options here for a strikeout. High heat is going to be hard for that type of swing to catch up. An outside curveball is a double play candidate.
Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled off again, and that's going to keep the count at full with still the bases juiced.
It's a looping swing that this hitter has, Ty, where his hands start up and then they drop down to attack the ball, and then a high pitch is hard as they're having to attack back up. You get fly balls out of that. You can also get some ground balls on an outside pitch that they go reaching for.
The full count pitch. It's a hard ground ball through the 5-6 hole. 1 run will come in. Boucard comes up, fields it clean, throws it into Gurney. So only 1 run will come in on the single by Ducher.
Well, you got your ground ball, but it found its way through the infield there, Tyler. It's a good pitch if you're Crew. You want to challenge the other team and say put it in play. Provo just tip your cap as they found the open space there in the infield.
5th hit of the game for Provo. 6 runs in now for the Bulldogs, who now lead by 2 runs. It's going to bring up number 17, the first baseman, Rainier. And he'll take an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Wasatch still playing double play depth up the middle with the bases juiced. Gurney still playing in, as well as Zimmerman in front of the base runner at first. High heat, doesn't go for it. 1-1 now the count. Wasatch again is the designated home team. This is the top of the 6th. That fastball elevated again for ball 2. Crew re-enters for Burdette. Carter Boucard goes into the game in left field. Another pitch is elevated, moves count to 3-1. Back-to-back hitters with 3 balls. Crew able to come back in the last one. The 3-1. That one's elevated, and Provo will have a run that will come in on a walk. 2 runs in now in the inning. 3rd walk of the inning for the Wasatch pitching staff.
Yeah, and this is a stat that is not going to be good, Tyler. 5 out of the 6 runs that have scored have come by either walking their way to the base or getting on by way of error. So again, you're looking at a deficit that is in no way earned by Provo here. It's gifted from the Wasps. Sorry, did I say 5 out of 6? That's 6 out of 7 runs now. Only 1 run has come across the plate that has actually gotten on by way of hit.
This is going to be a shallow fly ball to Carter Boucard. Boucard's not going to be able to come up with it. 1 run will come in again. Ball's going to sail over everybody's head, but Garrett Christensen's able to keep it in front of him. So the base is still loaded on another single and another run in. 3rd run of the inning for the Bulldogs. Makes the score 8-4. Wasatch had cut the lead to 1, and we're trailing 5-4, but now the Bulldogs able to score 3 here in the top of the 6th. Ty Lamb now comes up to the plate. Sacrifice fly and an RBI in the game already. Takes strike 1. He did strike out looking in his last at bat.
I know that run scored on a hit, Tyler, but the runner that scored, similar story, he was on because of walk. So the 3 runs that have come across this inning came by way of walk, dropped 3rd strike, and then walk again. The runner on 3rd is on by way of hit, but no runs that have come across so far in this inning have gotten on board by way of getting a hit.
1-1 now the count. Off speed pitch, misses outside, moves count to 2-1. Outfield right now, Tragun Shaw in center, Max Walker in right, Carter Boucard playing left field for the first time this season. Gurney, Wilson, Gutierrez, and Zimmerman. Fastball swung on. This one's elevated to shallow left field. 1 away. I think they're going to call infield fly on this one. And so we'll now have 2 away with the bases loaded. And it'll be the number 9 hitter, Garrig Orchard. 2 pop-outs and a walk in the game today. Playing 3rd base for the Bulldogs. Coming up in the bottom of the 6th, Wasatch will have 7, 8, 9 coming up.
You got to go after him if you're Crew. The conversation, Coach Moore, he's right in front of us, so we can see this pretty well. He held up a little circle about the size of a baseball and pretty much said, you're only swinging if it's right here. So what he's saying to this 9 hitter is, we're going to make this pitcher have to work through it. It's got to be an absolute perfect pitch, otherwise you're not swinging. So Crew needs to be aggressive and go after this guy.
He does go after him, and he's going to swing at this one. He's going to pull it, and I think it's going to be fouled on the left side. 2 strikes, landed a fastball for strike 1, and now a foul ball there for strike 2. Oh, to the count to the freshman for the Bulldogs. Threw a couple of shakes, now comes back. The 0-2, off speed, high, ball 1. Crew came into the game with the bases loaded and 1 away. So the 3 runs that are in were on base from Gage. The 1-2, fastball, blows it by him for a physical at the pit stop strikeout, but 3 runs come in on just 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 are left on base. It's 8-4 as we go into the bottom of the 6th.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Flooring and Paints.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Beat.
Bottom of the 6th inning brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. That's Physical at the Pit Stop. Wasatch trailing 8-4 as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning against Provo High School.
Pitching change brought to you by Tony's Tacos. On the mound now will be the freshman, Garrick Orchard will go on to the mound, and the pitcher Gingras will go to third base, so an easy defensive substitution there for the Bulldogs.
Ty, eye-popping stat again. This has not been a good scenario when Wasatch gets to this number. 10 walks now on the game for Wasatch, and it's been spread across the board. Jones, the starter, had 4. Gage, your middle reliever, had 5. Erickson now with 1 walk himself in this game. And to go along with that, you've got 1 official error in the book, but really 2 what I would call errors, both at the catching position, a dropped ball at home that would have resulted in an out, and then a drop third strike that actually led to a run, Tyler, as the batter made it to the base and eventually scored.
Ashton Gurney will be the hitter for the Wasps, his third at bat of the day. He grounded out to the third baseman in a controversial way, as Tyler pointed out earlier, and then flew out.
Let's just call it a missed call. Let's call it what it was.
Flew out to the left fielder in his last at bat. Takes ball 1, swings at this one, and lines it into the bullpen down the right side. So 1-1 the count here to the junior. Christensen on deck, Walker in the hole. Wasatch trails 8-4 on our Dory's Dental scoreboard. The 1-1. Off speed, fools him, moves the count to 1-2.
Yeah, I think with 2 innings left, you're going to see a lot of that. Provo's going to bring this kid in, and he's going to show everything. With only 2 innings, you're saying you only need to get through the lineup 1 time, so you can throw it all on the table here early.
Tries to go upstairs, ball 2, moves the count to 2-2.
It's a good lineup for Wasatch to start, though, this inning. This 7-8-9 is a really good competitive 7-8-9 lineup that Wasatch has today, and Gurney, Christensen, and then Walker.
Another off-speed pitch. This one's elevated to shallow left field. It'll fall in there for a single. And so Wasatch has the leadoff guy on, and that'll bring up Christensen, who was hit by pitch in his first at-bat.
Ty Ashton Gurney's coming along really nicely. Only a junior for Wasatch. We know he can throw on the mound, but he's looking really good in the field and at the plate so far early on this season.
Christensen, again, was hit by pitch on the season. Christensen comes in 2 of 7. See if what Coach Jameson decides to do. Down by 4. He's going to let him swing. Off-speed pitch is low for ball 1. Christensen, good power to the pull side. Has 3 off the wall this year. Gurney, an okay lead over at first base. Orchard comes set. Delivers the 1-0. Fastball in there for strike 1. Moves down to 1-1.
Yeah, 3 off the wall, as you pointed out, for Garrett on the opening day as well. See if he's done a few extra push-ups since those couple weeks and can get one up and over the wall here finally.
1-1 pickoff move. Caught Gurney a little bit off guard, but he's able to get back to the bag, and we'll reset at a 1-1. Christensen catching the second half of today's game. junior for the Wasps. The 1-1. Orchard delivers. Fastball again. Christensen a little bit behind it. He'll foul that one out of play to the right side. Moves down to 1-2. Pretty good change of speed here from Orchard. Not an overpowering fastball.
Change of speed is a good way to put that, though, Tyler, because I think the curveball looks to be easily recognizable out of the hand, but it changes speed well and can still be effective.
Does go with the curveball, and it's swing and a miss from Christensen as he swings over the top of it. One away here in the top of the 6th. Brings up Walker. Walker struck out in his last at bat, but did single in his first, 1 for 2. And then we'll go to the top of the order. Gutierrez on deck. Orchard comes set, delivers a fastball too far outside for ball 1. Martinez thought he had it. Coach Jacobson calling out a couple of signs here. Probably going to try to get Gurney over to second base with the top of the lineup coming up. Orchard comes set, now delivers the 1-0. Upstairs, ball 2. Wasatch again will play a doubleheader tomorrow here at Provo High. Will be the visitors in one of those games and the home team again in the other. Orchard comes set. The 2-0. Runner goes, a hit and run. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop backpedals, throws it across the diamond, gets the out at first base. The runner does advance to second. So now Wasatch with 2 away will have a chance to generate a run with the top of the order coming up. Gutierrez on the day, a single, a strikeout, and a ground out. 1 for 3 today. Came into today hitting .450. He's now 10 of 23 on the year. 5 RBIs. Has hit in the 3 spot for most of the season. Coach Jacobson moving him up to the 1 spot. Tragun Shaw on deck. Off-speed pitch, too high, ball 1. Orchard will come set. Good lead from Gurney at second base. The 1-0, too high for ball 2, moves down to 2-0.
Keep it up, boys, keep it up, let's go.
Tragun Shaw, our third man on there, just, give him a little interview right now with the shotgun mic.
Yeah, it sounds like we're right next to him, doesn't it?
The 2-0. Verdugi on the left side. Delivers the 2-0 and swung on and fouled off. Moves down to 2-1. Early on with Orchard, just looks like the fastball is getting in a little bit quicker than what the Wasatch hitters are expecting. Yeah, it's a little bit surprising because it's not as fast as Gingras.
Ty, both the arms Provo has showed today have been impressive, and we've seen Lamb on the mound. It looks like they've got some guys to put out there on the mound that'll be competitive for him this year.
Couple of looks, and Orchard will deliver the 2-1. Another swing and another foul ball. Moves down to 2-2. Deuces with 2 outs. Runner on second. Wasatch trails 8-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. And Martinez wants to talk it over. Pause in the action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. A little bit of confusion with the signs. They're trying to figure out the signs. The runner on second base. Catchers oftentimes go into a sequence of signs. 2-2 the count. Orchard's gone to the off speed with 2 strikes. Went fastball here to Gutierrez. Orchard taking his time. Now comes set. Takes a peek at Gurney. Now a second look. And there's a pickoff move. Not in time. Shortstop is able, or Gurney's able to get back before the shortstop lays down the tag. We'll reset at 2-2. Verdugi's been clutch this year and has been especially good with 2 strikes. Has a 2-strike count here. 2-2 the count. He's already fouled off a couple of pitches with 2 strikes. Couple of looks. Gurney now delivers. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout, and Wasatch goes down. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner's left on base. It's 8-4 as we go into the 7th.
Hi, my name is Jeff Jones with the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. I'm assigned to the Investigations Unit as a school resource officer and detective. Having a strong bond makes it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things like underage drinking and drug use. Here are some tips for creating strong family bonds. Having fun together, spend 15 minutes of one-on-one time each day, eat meals together 5 to 7 times a week. Brought to you by the Caring Community Coalition and Wasatch Behavioral Health.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 7th inning here at Provo High School, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, goodies, and more. Stop on by and say hello at Mirror Lake Station in Camas today.
7th inning, Wasatch trails 8-4. They are the home team, so they will have an opportunity with their last ups. It's top of the order for the Bulldogs. Martinez, single, fly out, walk. Swing and a miss to start this at bat here in the top of the 7th. Crew back into the windup on the mound, and that's ball 1. Faced 5 batters in the last inning. Gave up a couple of singles, had a strikeout, and a walk. 1-1 the count. Goes back with the off speed, gets in on the hands of Martinez. He'll jam that thing foul, move the count to 1-2.
Well, if you're Wasatch down by 4, Tyler, it's pretty simple at this point. You got to keep yourself as close as possible. Can't afford to give up any more runs. You've got the top part of your lineup coming up in the bottom half of the inning with 2, 3, 4 due up. So you've got some guys that you know you can rely on, but you can't put any more distance between you and Provo.
Rings him up on the curveball at the bottom of the zone. Second strikeout of the day for Crew Erickson, brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. That's going to bring Lance Moore to his dugout. He's handing out something. That'll bring up Gingras. Gingras has had a good day at the plate, doubled to left center field, but did strike out in his last at bat. Nice off-speed pitch there from Crew that froze Martinez. Back into the windup is Erickson. Tries to go off-speed again. That one's ball 1. 9 Ks for the Wasatch pitching staff today. And that one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 the count here in the top of the 7th. The 1-1. Curve ball inside for ball 2. Tie pitch count rules, no shifts anymore. What other rule changes do you have that baseball could implement to make the game a little bit better or make it interesting?
Well,
3-1 now
you
the
got
count.
some extreme ones, right, with no intentional walks or something along those lines, that you have your best hitters up. Going to have a walk here, the 11th on the game for Wasatch. Something of that nature. Something you can do to get the best hitters in the box as often as possible, right? If you get 4 bats per game, you got 2 to 3 hour games, you're only seeing the best players once every 30 to 45 minutes. So what do you think you can do to get more of those guys in the action more frequently? Ty, you got any ideas?
We've talked about a couple of ideas. So the base on balls, and now another ball here to the number 3 hitter, Compton Fuller. He's got 2 walks on the day, popped out to left field and then struck out, but did reach on an error on the drop third strike. 1-0 the count, 1 away. So one of the things we've talked about, Ty, is instead of a batting lineup, each hitter has a designated 3 outs that they can make in a game. And you can use those 3 outs at any point, right? So Trout comes up, swings, gets out, but there's still a runner on third base or on second base, and he's your best RBI guy. Let him hit again, right? Just let him hit again. He gets 3 outs in a game where he can use that wherever he wants. That one's in there for a strike, so 2-1 now the count with 1 away.
I like that idea, but what do you do the rest of the game? You know, if
then everybody
if
else
not coming up anymore.
So everybody else has to get 3 outs, and then if everybody on the team gets 3 outs, and
then
you
come
can
back
come back
Oh,
out.
all right, I see.
I've heard that one. Swung on, ground ball to the 4-3-4 hole. Gutierrez fields it, throws it to first in time. Runner will advance to second base. So runner on second base with 2 outs on the ground out to the second baseman.
That's the right read on that play from Alex, Tyler. That ball was a slow roller, and you might be asking, why didn't you go to second base and get the lead runner? Well, as long as that ball took to get there and moving Alex to his glove side, he was much closer to first base than he was to second base. And if you're not sure, you've got to get at least one. And Alex made the right call to go over to first base there.
He's going to bring up number 20, Mon. Struck out and walked in his 2 plate appearances. Did score last inning. Curve ball in there for strike 1.
How about another radical idea that's been discussed, Tyler, of you can designate a hitter that you just simply cannot walk. So if you say Ohtani's the guy, like if you throw 4 balls to him, then that team gets a runner, but Ohtani gets to stay in and keep hitting. So your best hitter stays in there, and you can't get free passes beyond the best hitters.
Pass ball is going to get ball in the dirt is going to get away from Christensen and advance the runner from second to third. So 1-1 now the count with 2 away. Wasatch trying to keep this thing at an 8-4 lead for the Bulldogs.
And you're not penalized as a team that's hitting either. You can pull just a speedy guy off the bench, put him on first base for that walk, and keep your good hitters up there.
So that's interesting. So even go a step further, Ty. So if you walk a guy, the team that's hitting has the choice to either have that hitter stay in the box and put a runner on, or the team can put that guy on, just have a normal walk.
Exactly. It's kind of their choice. So you got Billy Hamilton in your dugout who can round the bases faster than anyone I've ever seen. Another ball, good block from Christensen, Ty.
It's going to bring the count to 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can bring him out of the dugout to go run and keep Trout up there, or Ohtani or whoever it is. And yeah, then I think you got something, because now you got guys on base with your best hitters up, and you got to pitch to them.
2-2 the count with the runner on third base. Goes back with the curveball, comes down at the belt, but came up crossed high on the plate. So that's going to fill up the count at 3-2.
Ty, this kid's got a weakness in his swing here. He loads back deep, but then as he approaches, his hands drift back to the middle, and on those outside pitches, his hands are in his chest, and he starts throwing the hands out there. He doesn't generate a lot of speed.
It's going to be a ground ball to Chett. Chett fields it clean, throws it across the diamond in time. Wasatch able to get out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. Wasatch has some work to do. 8-4 as we go into the 7th.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way, because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Gravity Coalition offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Tragun Shaw, Crew Erickson, and Chett Wilson do up for the Wasps. 2-3-4. They trail by 4. Wasatch with their work to do here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, get a base runner any way you can. Knock, walk, hit by pitch. Something Coach Green taught when he was the head coach at Wasatch that was very effective is in an inning like this, you would get a couple inches in on the plate and try to tighten up that strike zone for the pitcher.
Loopy fly ball to left field that has eyes and finds the grass, and Tragun Shaw has a single to lead off the inning. Second single similar to the one he had in his last at bat.
Tyler, he's finding the open grass out there. Good job from Tragun to lead the Wasps off with a hit. But to finish that thought about Coach Screen, Tyler, this was very effective, where he would get the hitters up on the plate, and you'd invite a few more hit by pitches, because you just need base runners any way you can. Pitchers get uncomfortable if you get into their territory and encroach on their space, and they struggle to throw a few more strikes. Wasatch off to a good start here, though, Tyler. First base runner on, going to keep the pitcher in the stretch now and apply the pressure.
Crew Erickson will re-enter the game. Zach Burdett hitting this spot last time, had a nice bunt that ended up scoring a run on a ball that went into the right field area by the pitcher. Crew will take ball one. He singled to shallow right field in his last at bat. They are playing a shift heavily to the left side. Pickoff move. Tragun not really that far off the bag, able to get back easily.
Yeah, not even a full step off the bag with Shaw there, Tyler.
One ball.
And I would be surprised if Shaw's going anywhere at this point. When you're down by 4, outs are at a premium at this point. You're not going to take chances at this point in the game.
Fastball high and in on Crew, brushes him back, and that moves the count to 2-0. Chett Wilson on deck. He's got a couple of singles on the game today, 2 for 3. He's going to bring a trip to the mound for Martinez.
Well, if you want to mount a comeback in this game, Tyler, this is the way you want to draw it up. Let me tell you what Wasatch has coming up here this inning. 344 on the season, leading you off. Then you're going to bring up 429, who's going to step in. That's Crew right now. Waiting in the wings is Chett Wilson at 516. And then hitting number 4 is Cole Zimmerman at 500 on the season. So if you're looking for 4 guys that can get on base, this is how you draw it up, Tyler. Shaw, Erickson, Wilson, and Zimmerman. It's about as good of a chance as you're going to get if you're Wasatch.
2-1 now the count as Crew takes strike 1 there on the third pitch of the at-bat. The 2-1. That one's low, ball 3. 3-1 now the count.
And the first ones are the most critical, Tyler. If you can get the first couple guys on, now you're in business here. You're bringing up your best hitters, 516, 500, with the other team with a freshman on the mound that's going to start feeling the strike zone shrink a little bit.
3-1. Swung on and missed. Is it a foul ball? It is a foul ball. And so we'll fill up the count at 3-2. Nobody away. Runner on first. Wasatch needs 4 to tie, 5 to win on a walk-off. Crew back in the box, sitting on the right-hand side. Full count pitch coming from the freshman, Orchard. Comes set. Delivers the full count pitch. Too far outside, and Wasatch has 2 runners on for Chett Wilson.
Chett, a couple hits on the day, Tyler. A couple singles going the other way. So that 516 batting average actually is a little higher than what I just said, Tyler. It's going to be up closer to the 530 range.
That's only the second walk of the day for the Provo pitching staff. They also have a hit by pitch, but only 3 freebies on the day for the Bulldogs. First and second, nobody out. The tying run is on deck for the Wasps. Orchard will come set with runners on first and second. Delivers. And Chett will take strike 1, moves the count to 0-1.
It's a good take from Chett, though. You probably want to take till you get a strike there.
Orchard back on the mound quickly. Will come set. Good leads all around for the Wasps. Curveball lands it for a strike. Couple of nice pitches here from Orchard after the base on balls, and now Chett in a battle, down 0-2.
Orchard tried to sneak a fastball by the hitters in this situation last inning. See if he tries to come back 0-2 with the fastball, or if he wants to utilize that good breaking pitch.
The 0-2 goes back to the breaking pitch, but it's too far outside. Moves the count to 1-2. I think Chett just signaled that was a changeup on that one, Ty. So third pitch there for Orchard. Fastball, curveball, and a changeup.
It's a third pitch, but not near the strike zone, Tyler. And you got to be able to throw it near the zone for it to be effective.
1-2 the count. Nobody away. Wasatch needs 4. The pitch, fastball, fouled off by Chett, and we'll reset at 1-2.
Chett not fooled. That changeup didn't get his timing off whatsoever, Tyler. He's on that pretty well balanced. Fouls it off. So if your goal here for Provo is to just mix up the looks, going to come back maybe with a breaking pitch here.
He's been effective with it. Ty had 2 strikeouts in the last inning. The 1-2. Goes with the off speed. This one's roped to the first baseman. First baseman fields it clean, will step on the bag. Runners will advance, so one away with runners on second and third.
If you're Provo, you'll take that trade all day long. 4-run lead. You're going to trade bases for outs right now.
It'll be Zimmerman, who's 1 for 3. Had a single to the second baseman side, ground out to second baseman, and struck out in his first at bat. Carter Bucad on deck for the Wasps for his first at bat of the day. Representing the tying run. Fastball, inside corner. No, does not get the inside corner. Ball 1. Second and third, nobody away, or excuse me, one away. Good speed at both second and third base. Zimmerman came into today with 5 RBIs. The 1-0 swung on, elevated to right field. Don't know if this one's going to be deep enough. Tragun's going to come from third base, tags. Throw's not going to be in time, so 1 run is in, but Wasatch is now down to their last out. 8-5 the score with a runner on third base and 2 away.
Well, like I said last time, if you're Provo, it's the easiest trade you'll ever make. Outs for bases at this point. Now Wasatch needs to string together several hits in a row if they want a chance to even tie this game back up. Ashton Gurney on deck is your tying run that needs to come across. And so the statistics there, a little bit grim, as it's just rare for you to get knock after knock in a row with 2 outs here, Ty. But Wasatch is capable here. Carter Bucad stepping in. Ashton Gurney has been good at the plate here today. Of course, Crew Erickson needs to get across and score already standing on third base. And that's just to extend this game.
A couple of things, Ty, with this is right now, what do you have the pitcher at?
32 pitches.
Okay, so just a couple of interesting side notes, Ty, is with the game being played tomorrow, if he gets a quick out here, he can come back tomorrow and pitch.
Yeah.
And so that's just something, even if you don't win the game, you can extend the inning.
What you need is 4 pitches, Tyler. That's what you need to disqualify this pitcher tomorrow.
Carter's going to swing at the first one, laces it foul to the right side. Wasatch needs 3. Score currently 8-5 here in the bottom of the 7th. Crew Erickson on third base, 2 away. Carter Bucad getting his first at bat of the game. Orchard comes set. Delivers the 0-1. Fastball up in the zone, ball 1. Provo coaching staff wanted that one. 34th pitch. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Moore decides to do here, Ty, with him hovering at 34.
He'd have to take him out on this pitch if he doesn't get the out, if he wants him to come back tomorrow.
The 1-1. That one's in the dirt, ball 3.
He's going to.
And I think he's going to make the change, Ty. So our wives who are waiting for us to go out to eat with them are going to have to wait a little bit longer. The 2-1, and that's going to bring a trip to the mound. We'll go ahead and take a break. Wasatch trails 8-5 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Welcome back. It's a 2-1 count. The starting pitcher, Gingras, is back into the game. So Provo, not wanting to kill another pitcher, has just brought back the starter. So another just defense substitution there between the third baseman and the pitcher. 2-2 the count as Carter swings the pitch, and it's fouled off to the backstop. 2-2 the count. Swung on, it's elevated to the right side. First baseman's going to go over, and that is going to go foul. Carter survives the 2-2.
Unconventional move from Coach Moore, but a wise move according to the rules, Tyler. He's going to keep all his other pitchers available tomorrow, knowing he's got a doubleheader in front of him, bringing the starter back in. The starter did have 27 pitches to work with.
2-2, swung on and fouled off again. So we'll continue to battle with 2-2. Gurney on deck, Christensen in the hole.
Inning started promising, Tyler. Wasatch got the first two runners on. Tragun Shaw single, Crew Erickson walked. And Chett Wilson grounded out. Cole Zimmerman had a sac fly out.
Low fastball. Martinez thought he had it, puts his hands on his helmet. Coach Moore's up off his seat as well, barking at the umpire, but it's ball 3. 3-2 now the count. Gingras back into the windup. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Wasatch will bring the tying run to the plate. That'll be Ashton Gurney. So it'll be runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Usually doesn't work in your favor if you're the opposing team and jump up, and the term they like to use is show up the umpire like that after he calls a pitch you don't like, and catcher putting the hands to the glove. Coach halfway onto the field at that point thinking the game's over. Doesn't increase your chances to get the next call in your favor.
Going to bring up Gurney. Ashton Gurney 1 for 3. Grounded out to the third baseman on a sharply hit ground ball. Flew out to the left fielder and then singled to shallow left field. Fastball in there for strike 1 to Gurney. Third time facing Gurningus in the game today is Gurney. Wasatch trying to stay alive. 8-5 the score. 0-1 the count. The pitch. That one's in there for strike 2. So 0-2 now the count.
Well, he's filling up the zone now, Tyler. Just coming after Wasatch, saying, come and get it. See if Gurn can stay alive.
Gingras shakes off. Now comes Set. The 0-2. Goes with the off speed. Doesn't get Gurney to chase. Moves the count to 1-2.
That's a pretty good pitch. Started it down in the zone. Got it to break away from Ashen. Tough pitch to lay off of.
Gringas delivers the 1-2. Swung on. It's a swinging bunt down the third base side. Will go foul, and Gurney will reset at 1-2.
That puts your starter here in Gingrich up to 92 pitches on the day, Tyler.
1-2 the count. Christensen will represent the winning run if he gets a chance. The 1-2. Gets the outside corner, and Wasatch will go down looking. And they fall 8-5. We'll take a quick break and come back with our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. Wasatch loses 8-5.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?